the possibility of a very interesting reveal tonight.
On what?
You'll find out. It's called a reveal. Come on.
All right, I'm here in full.
But I
Jacob.
want to know.
And hello, everyone on my side. We're still getting ready. But shrug. Listen to the prep room.
Looks at bird.
Hello. There. I got my food ready. I'm sorry to be eating on stream, but I'll be muting myself on and off, so you won't hear me going yum, 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 yum.
Crucify that shark.
Wow. You'd need such a big cross.
I am returning.
It's a giant fish hook, though.
Where?
Why do we have a giant fish hook?
We're crucifying Sharky on it.
It's for hook and fish.
Shut up, redneck.
A cross made out of harpoons.
Wow.
It's in my harpoon wound.
All right,
Not
if we're all
the
ready,
moon.
then I will change my screen.
Same.
Are we ready, Jacob?
Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
I'm busting it.
I don't see your name in the game.
It's loading.
Okay.
Oh my.
Well, if it is loading, then for now, shall we begin, everybody?
Yeah.
I ran.
Why not, gang?
Hello,
All right.
Ren.
Shakespeare need to wake him up.
Mindy.
So, everyone, thank you once again for joining us for another session of A Bump in the Night, a horror fake core campaign set in a world of terrible, terrible monsters and vague fantasy elements. This is a horror campaign, so there may be events and scenery and such that may cause discomfort or disgust to some viewers. So viewer discretion is advised.
Your discretion is advised.
I am your GM, Aresima, and I will be joined by our players. How will we terrorize them with introductions today? Let's start with Avatea as the least prepared person. Please introduce yourself and your character.
I'm literally swallowing food. One moment.
Wednesday
Hi.
already.
That's so
absolutely perfect.
I'm Avatea. I'm at the moment the bird failure who had nothing prepared and has been doing so much running around for the past half an hour. I also go by Komalu. I'm a video editor for hire, and all of my socials are basically that, Komalu. I will be playing Avatea, the bird, who will not be doing any better than I am doing right now. In fact, they might be doing worse.
Yay! Patch, 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 patch. Next, we will do the second least prepared person, Bendy/Florence.
I'm Bendy. I'm just some guy. I play Florence. He's kind of like a ne'er-do-well bad guy. You know, he gets up to nasty stuff, but deep down inside, he's not so bad or whatever. And that's it. I'm Bendy, and I play Florence.
Yay! Patch, patch, patch. And our third least prepared member, they were all, it's a struggle day. It's okay. Damien, introduce yourself.
Hi. I am Jacob. I go by Drawn by Jacob on most social media. You can find me there. And also, you can find an announcement of a couple of comics coming soon. But I play Damien. I am an investigator of the arcane, and I am here to try to not kill a child.
Good luck with that.
Indeed.
We're trying to prevent a child from being killed. We are not at risk of killing them ourselves.
And the child is all in the background. Oh, I love being a domestic terrorist, mister.
Never say never when we got fate points.
I'll fucking do it again.
All right, our fourth least prepared player, Aaliyah. Introduce
Me?
yourself and your character. Yes, you.
Hello, my friend. I am Ari. I'm a shark. I'm a very big shark. I'm an artist. I go by Renoa.art. Be careful if you look that up. That's largely an SFW. But today I will be Alia Ushas, Firekeeper. She's the one right next to me. If you're looking at my stream, I'll have both of them up. And she is ready. Actually, she doesn't know what's going to happen because she doesn't think anybody saw her. She doesn't think that anybody saw her true self today. So we'll see what happens.
I'm sure everything is
Mm.
fine. You very normal human being.
With a
Yep.
sprained ankle,
Yep.
which will definitely not come up
A
later.
normal flesh bag, just like the rest of you pathetic mortals.
And
Yep, that is an appropriate statement. Yes.
and our potentially singularly prepared player, though perhaps not. Icaros, introduce yourself and your
Hi.
character, please.
I'm Ari. I look like an elf, but I'm not quite an elf. More noodle than elf. And I play Icaros, a knight. And she is currently assisting this group of hunters and the church itself in hunting down monsters and cults and otherwise. And seems to be somewhat the impromptu leader of the group somehow. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
I am Ari Exarch in just about everything. Miri Ari Exarch, Twitch, YouTube, Shorts channel, all that jazz. Say hi.
Good. These are our players. If you are watching on my stream, if you want to peek at their points of view, they are pinned in the chat. That being said, which of you would like to volunteer to be the sacrifice to tell the recap of last session?
Sacrifice.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
Bendy immediately trying to dodge. I see.
I'll do it. I'll do
Yeah.
it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right. Bendy, you will be doing it next sessions.
no, no,
Get it.
Yeah.
Get him.
no.
Get
You
his
haven't done
ass.
one
Get
yet,
his
so you have
ass.
to.
All right. On last episode of Bump in the Night, let's see what I
Dragon
can
Ball Z.
recall. We started by learning the fate of Avatea and Florence, who had been in the midst of an enormous explosion, but thanks to quick thinking, or at the very least, panic instinct, one of the two, they managed to survive. Meanwhile, Icaros moved to join them. To my recollection, she was following the guard captain and the steward to go investigate the explosion, and then, of course, help the normal things, put the fires out, find out what happened to our two erstwhile friends, that sort of thing. At the very same time, we had all just been witness to some kind of bizarre witch hunt where the steward and the guard captain and the rest of the town were ready to string up a child. And we were not just going to let that happen without knowing why. We tried to speak to the child. They were accusing him of plotting against the town. I don't remember the exact nature of it, but that he was doing something. He was going to try to blow everybody up. I tried to talk to the child, tried to say, "What's going on? What happened? Who's making you do anything?" And he's like, "Nothing. I did that shit."
I love
So-
doing domestic terror.
So
Yeah.
they took him to jail, and as everything else was going on with this explosion, Damian Rhodes and I, Aaliyah, decided to go bust him out. We had to make sure something else wasn't happening. We wanted to make sure he didn't die in prison. We snuck in using our various tricks, and we got him out. And then nothing interesting happened within. Absolutely nothing. Right, Damian? Damian says right. Trust me.
Trust me on this.
You know, what is right?
What is love?
And that brings us to today. How's that, Burb?
Good. Today, Damien and Aaliyah just finished breaking the kid out of jail. Avatea, Icarosa, and Florence just helped finish putting out the resultant fires of the explosion.
I'm a
And
hero.
well, let's see what happens, right?
Smacks table.
And so
Oh, what?
we begin once again.
Oh.
The game is unpaused. Everyone, please make sure to reset your fate points for the session to your refresh.
Okay.
We will be starting off. I think it is most pertinent to start off with Damien and Aaliyah. You have just exited the town hall, essentially, with this, at the moment, somewhat confused, despondent child in tow. Aaliyah, you have sprained your ankle having to take a fall. So you are mildly injured, and there's nobody around you right now, but you are currently in the in possession of a wanted criminal. What are you doing?
Did I have him or did
This-
Damien have him? I think it was following Damien because Damien
He-
helped him climb down the window.
The child,
Yep.
the child held on to me as I climbed down, but Damien, last time Damien kind of was off-putting to the child, I think. So Damien's not making an effort to get closer than is comfortable.
Well,
Um,
left to her devices, Aaliyah, I see up here on the map that we are, of course, behind this big building to the north.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get my shit sorted here.
is this
I
a
think
wall?
Aaliyah would almost certainly start returning back to. Oh man, there's not a good place. I'm seeing like some farmland to the northwest, orchards, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's going to move through there. That's going to be the best way. Her plan would be to take the kid back to the inn, where was the inn on this map? It was on the south side of the big meeting circle, right?
Yep.
Yep, I think that's going to be her plan, to kind of limp along through the orchard and back to the inn with the kid. If it seems real dicey, it might be time to cross the wall, but I think we should be okay getting out like that.
How tall is the wall?
The wall is about 15 feet tall.
So not easily scalable.
No, it would be incredibly difficult.
We'll just throw the child over. It'll be fine.
Fuck him. He said he did it.
They're all and malleable. Their bones heal really easily. He'll be fine.
The music's so
100% true.
low that I thought for the past 5 minutes there's been a train slowly using its brakes. And I was waiting for it to come to class.
Bendy
Sorry.
looking around like,
Are you near a train?
Well, so I usually live by a train, so I'm used to hearing train sounds. And sometimes, like, whenever, so there's a concrete factory across where I live, so like they'll have like gravel trucks come or trains come in, and they have to like line it up over like the chute or whatever, the little train cars. So like whenever they're making those little tiny movements, you can hear their brakes constantly screeching.
Huh.
And it takes them a few minutes to line it up, and then once they let it loose, they have these giant machines that literally bang against the car really, really hard to literally shake anything out of the car. And they hit it like 4 or 5 times, and you can hear it. Like, so I live about 200-300 yards away from
Don't
it. And
don't dox yourself too hard here, Bendy.
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
You're
sorry.
good, bud.
you're narrowing down your living location, my friend.
But
Smooches
Aaliyah
Bendy.
Oh, I
will
was
go through the
hypothetical.
orchard. That's her plan.
All right. Damien, what are you doing with the child as Aaliyah starts stalking off towards the farm?
Damien is gonna follow, but Damien's gonna keep more close to the wall if possible. And Damien is just gonna be like, you know, it's all right, lab. We'll get you to safety and get it sorted. And I would just like to make a general. Let me see. Let me see. I would just like it to make an empathy check to see if I can get like where this kid is at. Are they like
Okay.
looking at this situation like calculating and then reacting? Are they like, or is there like a genuine worry there? And if that worry is genuine, is it like, you know, connected to what I think it is, or do I think it's connected to something else?
Roll. So you get a decent read on
what?
this kid.
I think I will use my ability.
I'm gonna say you're already
Turn-
getting everything you need.
Okay. That's everything I need. Okay. Right.
Yeah. It's a kid. Like, he may have been up to some stuff, but he's been pretty straightforward, forthcoming at this point, and is not hiding. The child is largely confused, clearly wondering why you two broke him out, other than what you said, and kind of wondering what the plan is. It's like very clearly looking around, a little nervous, but not particularly.
All right. And yeah, I will be as stealthily as possible, following Aaliyah, but keeping my distance. So that way, if something happens, I have time to react with the kid. And also, that distance being closer to the wall.
I would like both of you to roll stealth then.
You got it? My phone is ringing for
Stealth.
some reason. Mute.
Ringing.
Very stealthy phone.
Gotta put your phone on silent before you do a jailbreak.
Ooh, not great.
That one
Damien did
ringtone
not
from
do
the
great.
right.
Aaliyah did better. So, as you start to move through these fields, this orchard, fruit trees growing inside the walls, while most people had clearly gone to focus on fighting the fires from the explosion, there are still a few who are kind of like milling about, both in the town square and kind of steadily making their way back to their daily work, including a couple people in the amidst the farms and orchard. And as things stand, some of them are close enough they will notice you as you're passing through. Damien,
To Damien
you
or
keep
both of us?
having Damien, you keep having poor luck in, you know, you step on a fallen branch and it snaps underfoot. The kid is stumbling their way through, not necessarily realizing they need to be as stealthy as possible because you haven't told them. You're just pulling them along. So Damien and the kid are currently likely to be noticed without any changes.
I'd make a change. I would do a thing. Aaliyah has magic, and she is herself used to sneaking through trees, through
I will
forests.
say,
This is an orchard.
you are
Hi.
still currently feeling the strain from all of the magic that you've used up until now.
Mhm,
Oh.
mhm, mhm.
further use will likely harm you. But the day has not ended.
Dun, dun,
And the important stunt is per day.
dun, dun.
Do you want to do a fate point to add +2 to your stealth? Does that still work?
Of course. If you can find an aspect to invoke.
I would like
You would like what?
sorry. I would like to go ahead and invoke my aspect time for a smoke break. And I would I would like to as these farm people are walking, I would like to invoking it in the sense of like Damien always kind of looks for an exit so he can go find a place to smoke. But if it would also help the narrative, I want to stealthily leave a cigarette behind so they get distracted by that.
I would say that would not fit the narrative. If anything, that would probably garner more attention at the moment.
You're telling
Unless
me
he
they wouldn't
used
be
it to light
excited?
the orchard on fire.
Yeah, man. Do it.
Yeah, I would say there was just an explosion and a fire. People are
That
currently,
is-
on the mind of maybe watch for
Yeah,
any
Damien-
cinders or anything.
Damien is looking out for an exit.
All right, that gives you +2. The kid is still being clumsy, though.
Does anyone have a fate point for the kid?
Or
Does he have a separate role?
Yes.
Does the child have
It's
any
also a zero.
any aspects and whatnot to invoke?
The child does not have any aspects themselves at the moment that would be applicable.
Can we use hours for the purpose?
No, but you could use situational ones. Consider what aspects might apply to the environment as it currently stands.
I have
Um,
ideas, but I'm not there. Fuck.
aspect of the environment. Well, you were just talking about it, right? Things are chaotic. We're going through an orchard, and I wouldn't expect that throughout the explosion and everything else that many of the, fruit picking farmhands or anything would have just been like, well, fuck it, and just kept picking baskets and shit, right? If there's a situational one like that, just kind of like hiding past the chaos kind of a thing, that there might be people that are, as you noted, people that might be on their way home or who would be in this area, because obviously not every citizen went to these areas. But that either way, they're just not too bothered by what looks like a child and a woman going through the forest or through the orchard.
Pay a fate point, please.
I'll pay a fate point. Down to 3.
Dun, dun.
It seems as though people do not take notice of you moving through the orchard. As you make it to, say, about here. To begin with.
Sneaky, sneaky.
That's me. A very
As-
stealthy individual.
As you three are sneaking through the orchard, we move over to our other group. Having just put out the fires, the townsfolk are, breathing a communal sigh of relief, talking, chatting, some light cheering of, they put out the fires, but also the heavy weight of what this means and the danger now posed. The steward seems to have left at this point, but the captain of the guard is still going around, patting people on the back, making sure that what is necessary to be done is done, etc. What are you doing, Icaros, Avatea, Florence? Also, a note. Florence is still nursing their hands, recently burnt by the device.
Excuse me.
After everything is kind of settled down and the captain of the guard is moving here and there, Icaros points to Abate and Florence, grab their attention and say, "We need to get you to their apothecary. She should be able to patch you up."
Lawrence kind of smirks at her and, well, thought that was your job, eh?
Do I look like I have an herbalist pouch on me anywhere? She says.
Yeah, maybe you should. He kind of points out, actually, accidentally in a non-ironic way.
She nods. She seems to agree with you. However, right now, she gestures for you to follow her, and she heads towards the healer's hut with with the nice little lady and the drunkard, or at least where the drunkard
Hopper
was.
at night.
So, so is Avatea, is that it? I'm sorry. Yeah, Avatea. So is Avatea coming along, or?
Yes.
So Florence is gonna kind of mention. He says, "Look, in my world, it's really important that we don't kiss and tell, right? So, if someone helps me, I don't necessarily tell everyone who did it and why. But I met someone who brought in a shipment that contained that device that we saw earlier, Avatea, the one that blew up, I guess. He said it looked just like me. This person handled this device directly. It looked like me, just a little fatter. I think now more than ever we need to find whoever this is by any means necessary." And he kind of looks at his hands a little bit and he's like, the law be damned a little bit. We need to find this guy.
Avate will nod and offer, "Well, I could go into the sky and look around, but I don't think I'm finding much at the moment. It might be a little
Nah.
too chaotic for any scouting."
No, they're not just gonna be walking around outside. Don't. Whoever did this, their ultimate plans are now in motion. They're too busy to be outside. So I'm gonna get my hands treated, but I may have to pay that someone a visit. Maybe. We'll see.
That should be fine. You may want to take someone with you just in case, though.
Right. Just let me be the boss of that, okay?
She inclines her head. This is Florence's moment of expertise, so.
Bendy.
Yeah, Bendy.
Sorry.
And so what do you do?
We'll start to head towards Glennis. I believe it is still light outside, yeah? Like the fire was doing its thing, but...
It is getting to be later in the afternoon at this point.
Afternoon, but still light. Time to go to Glennis. Hi, Cereal.
It is
We go to Glennis. Yay! Right? Let me do it right.
Mhm.
Good.
Boop, boop, boop. And there they go. You enter Glennis's building, and it seems that there are a few people who have been brought in who she is fussily caring for. There are bandages flying, herbs strewn everywhere. 3 more beds are filled.
2 more for
Fine.
you, Glennis.
2 more. Oh dear, how many people got injured?
I believe this is the sum of them so far. Anything else should be superficial.
Oh, thank goodness.
Lawrence kind of goes straight for the bed to have a seat. He seems to be in some discomfort. Mindy.
You notice that there are no beds. You were given a stool to sit on.
Oh, a stool. Fine. I'm Mindy. Alright. What's wrong with me?
Well,
Yeah,
one is
good.
still taken by the man with the broken nose, and there are 3 beyond that. So, Glennis takes a bit to fuss with the others, and then comes over to look at the person who is more obviously injured, Florence. Immediately looks you up and down, sees your hands, and the process goes on. Your hands are treated with things that are smelly, of unpleasant color, and sting like a mother when they cover your raw and blistered hands.
Lawrence takes all of it like a champ, like he's been in this position before.
You are bandaged, but you feel like it's going to take a bit more effort on your own part to care for this in order for it to heal proper.
Oh, really, DM?
Yes.
Interesting.
And this is where
game.
I come with the rules information of Florence. You have contracted a consequence. So has Aaliyah. Consequences are aspects added to your character that I can use against you to affect your roles negatively.
Dun, dun.
They do not go away at the end of a session or scene like stress. They require concerted effort to deal with. Once that concerted effort is given, it will take some time thereafter for the treated consequence to go away.
Yeah. Damn it. So I got burnt up hands. Looks at Avatea closely.
After dealing with Florence, Glennis looks at both of you, Icaros and Avatea, and quickly surmises that Avatea, who is covered in mud and soot marks, is likely the injured one, and moves to look you over.
Altea kind of just raises their arms, makes it a little bit easier for them to look around, just goes, would have hurt more. Thankfully, Florence prevented that.
He's pretty quick on his feet.
That's right, I'm a fucking hero. I will want commendations after this.
She looks like she's about to praise Florence, but the moment that he calls himself a hero, she kind of it turns into a slightly judgmental frown.
Hey, you tell him, Avatea.
I mean, I was gonna grab the thing and look at it. You threw it. You made the right call.
Yeah, I'm a hero.
Icaros pauses for a moment and looks at Glenn and says, "He's a lot nicer than he seems at first."
Of course I'm
I'm-
nice. I'm a hero.
I'm sure he is. Make sure that you get plenty of rest and perhaps avoid getting your head knocked anytime soon. And she continues looking over Avatea, finding ultimately nothing more than some scratches and not burns, but some patches of light red. You're mostly just given a pat on the head, told to sit and rest a while. Drink lots of water and tea.
After seeing both of these two are acceptably taken care of, Icaros turns her attention back to the northwest and says, I think it's about time I try to find our other compatriots as well. I have a hunch.
Yeah, did Aaliyah say where she was going? Because again, last I saw, she was with you.
No, she did not, but as we were leaving, a very conspicuous line opened up in the crowd headed towards the town hall. So
Oh yeah, you did see that.
I think everyone saw
Everyone
it.
saw it.
It might have been visible from orbit. That's
You
an
rolled a
exaggeration, but
You rolled a 7. Everyone noticed.
I know.
Mana, mana,
But
ma,
no.
ma, ma, ma.
With that information, Icaros has surmised a couple of things. One, she knows that likely Damien and Aaliyah headed north to the town hall. She knows that the only reason that they would likely go to the town hall without her directing them in some way is for the same reason she came to the little gallows that they were making, which is the kid. And if they're going for the kid, we've already talked to the kid. So they're going to try and get the kid or take him out of custody. She's on to what you two were doing, actually.
Or he's legit like, they did something without me telling them to. That's suspicious.
Exactly. Scruff's bending.
Aaliyah has always been an independent being.
Yeah. And Icaros respects that. She's not the. She
That's
knows that you're doing
suspicious.
something, so she wants to actually see if she's able to assist or get you out of trouble. She doesn't know exactly what you're doing, but she knows that you both went off to do something, because Damien never joined them.
So, Icarus, where do you start heading to?
First thing she's going to do is head towards the town hall.
All right. You head toward the town hall. We switch back once again. Damien, Aaliyah, you are amidst some trees and bushes, sneaking your way through past the scant few people who are trying to go about their day. If you wish to keep moving, you will need to roll another stealth roll, but you're pretty sure it will bring you fairly close to the inn.
Yeah. I mean, that's the good idea.
Yeah.
And she's pretty quick to say so.
So that's really bad. So I'm going to spend a fate point to reroll my roll.
Hold
fair.
on. We had an absolute critical failure.
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, can I spend a fate point to re-roll that?
Shark walking down the street. Aaliyah immediately turns into some sort of Wendigo shit. Snaps back to normal.
I'm contemplating because
Villagers.
this is the first critical of any kind that we've had thus far. So,
Can I re-roll it though?
well, I'm going to ask all of you to set a precedent for now. Because that roll is less likely than rolling a 20 by far on a d20. Would you all prefer that those be treated as, be allowed to be re-rolled or adjusted, or would you prefer them to be immediately and spectacularly consequential? This goes for both positive and negative rolls.
I kind of like the latter.
All right.
I
So I think that they should be able to be counteracted with fate points and whatnot under normal circumstances.
do
Since that
like.
is. Go ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
Okay, I do like the critical idea because I do like rolling 1s and 20s.
That wasn't the question though.
It kind of is. It is, do you want this to be
Yeah.
considered a
Yeah.
critical style roll, or do you want it to be the same as any other roll?
Yeah, I think we're making.
Oh, I thought the question was, do you want it to be able to be counteracted?
That's essentially what I'm
That-
asking. If it's a critical,
Yeah.
if we're treating it as a critical roll, you will not be allowed to counteract it, but it will have spectacular and abnormal outcomes, both for all pluses and all minuses. Versus if you want to be able to re-roll it like every other roll, it's going to be treated like every other roll, just a very high or low one.
Spectacular fails and spectacular successes are very good for the drama, as Nam says. That is a very good point. But I don't think there are any rules as written in Fate Core for criticals and whatnot at all. So we would
Exactly.
be adding that rule.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking.
Mhm.
What would you all prefer?
I'm cool with whatever, dog. Because I don't know enough to really have much of an opinion.
So we have 2 in favor of treating them as criticals, 1 in favor of treating them as any other role, and 1 neutral. Aaliyah, you are at the moment a deciding vote.
What do you think, Shark?
I
This is your role too, so
I know, and it's a negative roll, so it's basically, hey, how are you guys gonna fuck me right now? You know, it's like Jesus.
But if you roll all pluses later,
I won't roll all pluses. It's even less likely.
it's exactly
I
as
guess
likely.
negatives and pluses are exactly as likely. I was thinking of a not positive result, which is more likely than a plus, but that includes neutrals. We can let them be dramatic, I guess. I mean, I don't really want them to be, but that's better. That's more dramatic. It's just upsetting that you can't, like, I don't like that I can't re-roll it, but sure, if everybody likes him being dramatic, we can be dramatic.
So
That's
I have
the shark on
a-
the head.
I have a proposition in that case. Since it is a critical in a lot of cases, if you spend a fate point in this instance, instead of just being able to re-roll or add +2, it basically makes it a regular failure instead of a critical failure. Since it's so narrow. Shrugs, question mark.
I would be amenable to that if you all are. A way to
wouldn't hate that.
prevent catastrophe in the worst instances, or prevent an excellent success, if you would prefer.
Yes, because the DM would be able to invoke it on critical successes as well.
Well, I
You're
also
a
I
critical
have
success.
one more question that can like be something of real thought. We said if we roll all positives, all negatives, what happens if we roll all neutral?
It stays neutral.
We've done that a few times. That's a nat 10.
Hell yeah.
That's an at 10. You do. Your skill average. Thumbs up.
Whoa.
Excuse me, I'm very gross.
I don't
didn't hear that
mind
one.
that. That way rolling the critical fail is like, it's still a failure. You can't succeed on that, but you can spend a fate point to be like, well, you don't slip on a banana and then die hilariously.
Yeah.
I don't think Ares would hit us with the rocks fall and everybody dies kind of thing.
No.
However, this also means that if the DM invokes it to counter like a critical, we'll get extra fate points as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the fate economy of that. Of it adds another risk and like thought into, well, if we use fate points now, if we critical failed it later, that's a risk we
So?
gotta roll with.
Yeah,
So?
it also toys with the primary mechanic with the RP system, which is neat. Yeah.
I have written down within the combat rule changes. All 4 pluses or minuses are to be treated as critical rolls, cannot be re-rolled or modified, and have a spectacular consequence. These spectacular consequences can be negated, and it can be made a normally interpreted roll for a fate point. Is everyone amenable to this?
I'm okay with that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Damien?
I'm so goddamn
What?
amenable. I'm down.
All right.
Define and spell that word, Bendy.
No, don't do that. You're so fucking mean. Why are you being a bully to me? Fuck you.
Bendy, you have to define it or you lose a fate point.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
playing with your games. I don't. Why did you even come at me, Shark? You know I can't do that.
Fucking pop quiz. What is
So-
the capital of?
With this
Sorry, go ahead.
agreed upon decision, Aaliyah, you are currently facing a spectacular failure. What
Well,
would you
considering
like?
the stakes, I'm absolutely gonna be spending a fate point not to, which is unfortunate because I've already spent 2. We've been playing for less than an hour, and I'm half my resources down, and I can't cast any more magic. I'm fucked, y'all. But I
This
will
is
have to spend a
the
fate point to fail at this somehow less than initially.
Damien. What were you gonna say?
No.
I will also spend a fate point just to fully re-roll mine.
Okay.
No, I'm in the background with like a candy cigarette. Man, that's rough, buddy.
So, Aaliyah, please remove your fate point. Damien, you rolled seals, not stealth.
Seals,
Jamie.
yes, I see that.
So cute.
You seal your ability to hide. You are now permanently visible to all.
It's
Should
just
I?
like
Well, I mean, I'd imagine I'd be permanently
a
visible, not
spotlight.
visible. Anyway, do I re-roll it, or does it keep that roll as the new roll?
You
Just
keep
with
that
the-
roll as a new roll. You just add your stealth modifier instead.
So that would be a minus. You would still have a -1 with that roll.
I still have -1, yes.
All right. So let me do some things here.
Oi, did you see that person start glowing for some reason?
So at the moment, Damien and Aaliyah, you are both going to be noticed by somebody.
Ominous.
Damien, you can still add a +2 to your stealth roll if you wish. Aaliyah, you're screwed.
I'll keep my fate points just in case.
Damien and I have had to pass so many rolls.
You have
Holy shit.
you've been slugging it out with fate itself.
So we'll start with Aaliyah because that's the more extreme one. As you're moving along, weaving between the plants, you're walking on what is mostly still uneven ground, and you're focusing on keeping moving despite the fact that you're walking on a sprained ankle. It hurts. And in your distraction, you trip on a root that has stuck up out of the dirt. Let out a small yelp of pain. Of course, you shake the tree and it makes some noise itself. And one of the people in the area who was, getting back into picking some fruit immediately looks at you, notices who you are, and then because of that also notices Damien. Gives you a weird look, but doesn't say anything and doesn't stop what they're doing.
Does Damien, if he continues to move, do they do anything?
No, they just kind of watch as you move and then after a few moments go back to what they were doing.
Does Damien get the sense that they didn't notice the kid?
Roll empathy.
Okay, gladly.
You get
so
this.
many rolls. If
You get the sense.
do I get some before could I get more if I got a higher score?
Yes.
I will use my ability, Turn All Stones, to re-roll that for free.
Okay.
To reroll or add +2?
To re-roll.
Cost a fate point? Or no, it doesn't cost a fate point.
It's one of my stunts.
That gets you a little bit more. So this person, you know... I'm sorry, what were you specifically asking to notice for them again?
If they noticed the kid.
You look at them and it seems like they didn't notice the kid by virtue of you two being so much more noticeable.
I'm going to very intentionally and do my best to try and make sure that he doesn't notice the kid. And that he just sees us walking by.
Okay. So you like wave or something?
I keep eye contact and I give him that like nod.
The nod.
The white person nod, right? And I say, we're just doing a perimeter check. Go about your day.
They give you
Look
kind of
at
a
him.
weird look and go, uh-huh. But continue about their business.
And Damien will keep an eye on him, not directly staring at him, but just keep looking over to see if he ever notices the kid, and trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
You both continue making your way through the fields. And...
Buh. Da-ba-ba.
Ba-ba.
Bop.
Ba.
Bop. Ba. Bop.
What happened?
Bop. Ba.
What
You're
are we
moving.
doing right now?
You know
Mm-mm.
exactly.
Making the
Remarkably
assumption
close.
that you are continuing towards the inn, you make it that far. You are at...
Let's go.
You are as close to the inn as you can get without going into the buildings.
Remarkably close
Ready.
to jail.
Inn is over here.
Where? Oh. My lord. That's
Got a
so
ways to go?
far.
Got a ways to go?
Okay.
Yeah. Damien, along the way, is going to explain to the kid, look, right now, until we get this sorted, it's best if you stay out of sight. All right?
So should I just like go hide in a bush or something?
We're bringing you to a place where you can hide that's not a bush. But you gotta be quiet about it, all right?
Okay.
And Damon will hope that makes this go easier, explaining that to the kid.
Guess we'll see.
Only
What
way
are
to
your
find out.
plans? What are you two doing?
You feel safe?
Out of curiosity, you've mentioned that people keep leaving day by day. Is that right? A lot of empty houses?
People leave and come back because there are fields outside the village to work.
No, I meant like leaving because of like the war and this so-called plague and all of that stuff.
There's a few people leaving, but it's not like a fair majority of the houses are still have people in them.
Because finding a place to squat for this boy would be pretty nice. Where does he live normally? Aaliyah asks him, do you live here? Where are you from? Where are
It's in the
you
valley.
normally?
I'm from Kilpa.
Which isn't here, one assumes.
Yeah, this is Mirnus. Kilpa is the I'm not there, so I can't technically tell you. Fuck.
You remember
You can tell me you're a
Aaliyah.
player.
You remember
It's
Aaliyah
Kilpa-
that Kilpa is the village that Myrnus has had war declared on by.
Oh,
Enemy village.
Emily Village.
Which apparently is okay with using child soldiers.
Look, do you want to win or not?
Listen, I'm not hearing anything about that from you, Bendy. Mister, it didn't rain enough, so I put 90% of my population in a Hunger Games square.
It was okay. Look, what happened was I condemned 66% of my population to an unsupported district with no food and water because I noticed I was really short on supplies for a drought. And you know what? You know what? No one in the main town died of starvation.
Yeah,
So,
because there were like 10 of them left.
So what are you all
alright,
doing?
well, if we end up running as the governor of a city, we'll keep that one in mind that you can't be in charge of it.
I came to me.
What we will do, I mean, there's really nothing. We don't have options. We just have to go to the inn. Right, Damien? I mean,
I can't think of anywhere else. We'll have to sneak them in.
I could keep him safe outside the walls, but then I'll be missing.
Frankly,
The only
I
other
think
option that...
that's.
Go ahead, sorry.
I think that's kind of our only option.
The only other thing
Okay.
that pops into my mind as a player is that you might be able to find an empty house. That's it.
So what are you doing?
Are there any empty houses along the way?
I guess you'd
We-
have to look around and check.
May I make
We-
a check, a notice check? Or
Yes.
We
Or
explicitly know.
investigation.
Would you want to notice or investigate? I'll give you two different answers.
I will investigate. Because my
We
rolls have been hot garbage.
We explicitly know that there was also a baker's family that left. Early and medieval bakeries were pretty
Yeah.
conspicuous.
But they were also very sick. I don't get what they got.
Also, they
You know,
weren't
that's fair.
bakers. They were cheesemongers. Made cheese.
Cheesemongers.
They made
So it would smell like
cheese.
cheese. I don't know why I thought bakers.
We're looking for a house with a giant cheese wheel on top of it.
Also, if I ever overstep by saying stuff like this, let me
Ayy.
know, because I'm trying to do what Shark was talking about, and also not, like,
Nah, you're a player. This is good.
okay.
We work
So-
together.
Once again, Damien, you have rolled a 7. This means that you are going to get what you want, but it is not going to be very unnoticeable.
What? How was
He's
there
not
a
doing-
negative consequence to rolling so well? What happened?
He's not using magic, though, yeah?
He's not using magic, but he is investigating, which means that he is actively going and looking.
Could I tell Leah and the child to stay here while I go look?
Okay,
Can.
Yeah, I would like to separate from here and go look
Right.
by myself.
You're a little quiet for what it's worth, Jacob.
Let me move my mic.
So you start moving forward, and you do end up finding a house that is empty, but it is pretty close to the inn.
That's not a bad thing. That means the kid's not in our inn room with us in case the steward or the knight decide to come check up on. I mean, it's not obvious. Nobody saw us at like the town hall or anything like that, but I think it'll be a pretty good guess that
Someone
if the
saw
kid's
you.
missing, coming to us. Yeah, but who fucking cares about him? A farmhand saw us, you know? The point is,
You also
Is
talked
that
to a
if the
guard
kids-
on your way in.
sure.
I wasn't going to say
but-
anything.
Yeah, we weren't seen. It's fine. I mean, if you're going to tell me that all those rolls we did were for nothing, that seems silly.
They weren't.
Dun, dun.
So, my thought is that if he's at the house, like not at the inn, then when they inevitably come and check up on us, there's no kid with us, you know?
Hmm.
Mhm.
So I think that's not a bad idea. If this place is empty and we tell this kid you stay in here or the guards find you, you know, we'll be back and forth best we can. We'll take care of him. And then it sounds to me like if he's truly guilty of what he did, taking him back to the church is probably good recourse for us. But that would be my suggestion is if you found an
Damien
empty
will
house, let's stash the kid there and we go to the inn.
Lawrence is like, I have got to stop hanging out with people that sneak around town with kids. This is getting out of hand.
Damien
Sorry.
is going to sneak back to Aaliyah and kind of whisper, I found the house. It's right over there by the inn. Be good separating space. But we gotta get there quietly.
And quickly, as people filter back in from the fire, there'll be more people to notice.
Mm. Aliyah nods and agrees. We'll have to go quietly.
Then if I could have one more round of stealth rolls to get all of you and your new child into this house.
Our adoptee.
Here we go.
Ooh,
That's more like it.
that's more
That is
like
also
it.
more like it.
Yeah, baby. Four. Fantastic. 4.
Okay?
3.
4 and a 3. That. So, most people still seem to be over on the side of town that recently got kaboomed. And you're able to, pretty clearly without being noticed, stash this kid in the empty house. And you all yourselves are able to go to the inn if you wish.
Aliyah's pretty keen to do just that. She thinks that the others will probably come look for us at the inn at some point. And no doubt so will the steward and the knights. We can do what we can do.
Damien, sound good to you?
Damien will kind of look around the house, make sure all the windows and stuff are closed, and go, I think one of us should stay here. At the very least, at all times. I don't necessarily think that
I can take care of myself. I know how to cook.
Damien kind of sighs and goes, That's very nice, but I'm not worried about you taking care of yourself. I'm worried about other people's intentions.
The kid suddenly seems to remember where they are, and, you know, that realization washes over their face, and they're kind of eyeing the doorways and windows now. Okay.
And kind of leans down. Don't worry. One of us
be
will
back
bring
later
you
tonight.
food to cook.
So Leah's going to the inn, and Damien is staying?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. That seems as good a choice as any.
Aliyah asks, what if they come looking for you? Oh, what'll I have to tell them about where you are?
Well, you can just tell them I'm doing some investigating.
I was 100% expecting, we'll just say I'm out for a smoke break.
I
Both
like
work. But either way, Aliyah nods. That makes sense. He is still a church hunter and a lot of shit's going on. And he's pretty clearly our investigator.
I
So-
like the mysterious cultist number 4 icon you use for the child Ares.
It's the best, like, neutral person icon I've got.
Just from my ass. That dude is clearly doing something evil.
I don't have
at-
any nondescript person in a cloak, okay?
All right, fair enough. I'm just
So,
saying,
Leah,
though.
You return to the inn. Damien, you remain with the child. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna grab an image for the child real quick. Heck you.
Grab that goofy dude who looked like a thumb.
Motherfucker look like a thumb. No chin. No hairline. Look like a thumb done wandered up out of somewhere.
And it like the bottom half of Oscar the Grouch.
I could do the thumb, but I found something. Oh, even better potentially. Gosh, I love the
No, do
weird
the
icon.
thumb. I hyped up the thumb. I hyped up the thumb.
You really want the thumb? You really want the thumb?
Yeah.
My first idea was one of those seals that have the really big and eyes that look like they're about to cry constantly.
I don't have one of those. I have to use one of these images. All right, let me find Mr. Thumb. Which I want to point out, the name of this image is Buddy.
Oh no.
The most trustworthy.
Oops. There you go.
Ugh.
The man. The thumb.
There you go.
I don't
That's
know
the
if I like
kid.
this one either. I don't know. I don't know. Can we go back to Mysterious Cultist 4?
Oh, too late now. Too late now. So, Aaliyah,
That's
you
one way
enter
to
the
win every
inn.
time war.
Nothing is amiss. I assume you're entering more so the rooms as opposed to the inn proper.
Yeah.
Icaros,
Hey, what's up?
we switch to you. You arrive at the town hall. There is a guard at the door talking with another guard.
I'm gonna make some coffee. Be right back.
Damien, why are you tapped?
Damien has
He's leaning
rotated
up.
himself.
He's leaning against the wall.
Okay. Okay.
So, Icaros, you come up to town hall. There are two guards talking outside, seemingly confused.
She's not going to speak with the guards immediately. She's going to continue walking past the town hall. And does anything seem amiss at a glance here? Doesn't seem like there's anything weird going on.
Not in particular, no.
All right. What are the guards talking about while she's kind of looking up at the town hall?
I swear that I heard somebody saying I needed to do something. Like, nah, man, I don't know. I didn't hear anything. No, I swear I heard the captain. No, you didn't hear. At least not out here. And captain never came in. Some girl did though. No, it was definitely the captain though. He yelled for me. You know, it was back and forth.
If you need to speak to the captain, she says, he's still back out where the fire happened. She comments as she is looking at the town hall.
The consternation on the one guard's face of like, what? Huh?
Come on, you snitch. Back me up. Be cool, Icarus. Be cool.
The only reason I can think that he was speaking or trying to get your attention would be to aid with the fire. It's already out, however. Perhaps he expected it to become worse than it was.
Was the captain here at all? No, the captain never came anywhere close.
She shakes her head. That's all the information I could give you on that. I simply know where he's at.
The one
She
guard,
walks.
the confused one, says, thanks, and just looks more confused going back into the building.
Just gonna make it worse. So she taps her top of her helmet for a moment. She's thinking. She looks off to the left where the orchard is. Sort of backs up a moment, sees that there are buildings and whatnot off to the right. Only one of us came in the front door then. She walks a little bit further back. She looks at the back of the town hall.
Roll notice.
Can I use awareness?
I don't think it would be applicable here.
Fair enough. That will be a base roll. Average.
You notice one of the windows on the second floor is open.
She nods her head. Does it look like the ground is disturbed anywhere underneath that?
Hard to say, you're in the middle of a village. There's footsteps everywhere.
Yep.
People be walking.
Hard to make it noticed. She considers for a moment, looks towards the orchard, and where the window is open. And she will actually turn to make her way back towards the inn that we're staying in.
Okay. And Avatea, Florence, if I remember correctly, you both were going to return to the inn as well.
Oh,
Ideally, I was gonna wait for Florence to be like fully looked for.
Florence,
yeah.
you are ultimately left with your hands bandaged up in cloth and a pat on the back and care instructions.
Okay. Avatea, great news. I survived.
Let's go.
So I guess I head back there to the thing.
Avatar will nod. Let's you want to take bets on if we're gonna find anyone else there yet or not?
I mean, this investigation's kind of, I don't know if it's going anywhere or not. So we'll probably see somebody milling around there.
Okay.
He says,
Not gonna
matter of
gamble
factly,
your money.
Gamble.
I'm bendy.
I'll take that as a no.
Majestic fella.
So, by virtue of how things go, Avatea and Florence, you two are the first back to the inn. It is
Yep.
relatively shortly thereafter, a couple minutes, the Icaros returns. And then a few minutes after that, Aaliyah walks in.
After checking to make sure that Aaliyah is alone, looking back and away, and then closing the door, Icaros leans back and says, "You probably shouldn't have used the front door."
Aaliyah.
She's not referring to the building that we're in.
Aaliyah gives a little bit of a smile and says, I thought that's where they had gone in. In fact, that was where they had gone in.
Icaros shakes her head and says, "The window in the back of the town hall is still open. The guard only ever saw you go in and not out."
That's correct.
Meaning you're now the prime suspect for what I assume that you've done, she says. Where's Damien?
Investigating, she says, parroting what he said.
Roll investigation.
Are you
She
doing that,
doesn't
Avatar?
plan to.
If that's the final answer, that's like the "Are you lying?" investigation.
Well,
That
she
would be
is not even
empathy.
hiding it. Like, that's what she says. She goes like, Damien says he's investigating.
Is he nearby at least?
Yes.
Acceptable. Have you hidden your... She looks up as if she's looking for a word. Friend.
Have you hidden your freak yet?
She smiles and says, Damien's investigating, yes.
She nods her head.
She says, I don't believe anybody remembers me very well. I have that effect on people. She smiles.
So we'll hope. So currently, the best lead that we have on the person that's doing most of this is going to be someone that looks like Florence. But I believe you said he was a little bit heavier. Correct, Florence?
Javier. And listen, I'll lay my cards on the table. Just because this investigation's getting a little out of hand. I learned of this information from a black market peddler, someone who moves things for a living. He said a man like me brought that brass device in, as well as a group of people bought a variety of different books. Books that, for whatever reason, they didn't want anybody ever seeing them actually moving. So, that's the
Are you-
best lead I have.
I would
Yeah.
like to ask at the moment, are you all talking in this little entrance hall?
Oh,
Alright,
Lord,
so-
no. We would have gone into a room.
Oh,
Icarus described that
alright.
as us having gone into a room and closed a door.
She would have
Whichever
checked.
room.
She would have checked the
Okay.
door here, and then Icarus would have tried to corral the group into the only room without a door or without a window, the center one.
Okay.
My bad.
It's okay.
So everyone please enter the room to wherever you may be.
Oh man. Oh, gee willikers, mister. How do you get to have two wieners?
Bendy, are you okay?
No. Great.
As you begin to talk, please all roll notice for me.
Oh man, I'm noticing shit, dog.
I'm not noticing fucking all.
Including me, or no?
Oh god.
Not including you, Damien. So many dice.
I got fucking 0. Good.
Bendy is struggling.
Okay.
If I use a fate point to give myself +2, will that change anything?
Yes.
I will do so.
What are you invoking?
I will invoke my connoisseur of the most overlooked artifacts in kind of paying attention to things, minding the details. If I hear a noise through a wall that's like something shifting around. Just a little more aware of our situation now that the new information has hit the table.
You're on thin ice, but I'll take it. With your new role, you are the only one to hear the outer door open and then footsteps plodding in.
Avatar is, as soon as they hear that, they're gonna raise their hand to the party and just kind of like curl their fingers to very silently signal lower voices.
Icarus
Um,
frowns.
Can I try? So can Florence like kind of walk up?
Icarus, stop moving.
Wait, sorry.
Wait.
So Florence like sees the gesture and looks at the door, and then this is gonna be kind of random. Can I use Manhunter for him to kind of listen at the door to kind of get an idea of who might be out there, if they're like have something to do, or if they're like seeming like their intentions focused on them? Does that make any sense? Hides,
You would have
because it's
to
like action boy,
roll
right?
notice. Or it
Yeah,
would
let's do
basically be in
that.
addition to your notice and like flavoring it.
Yeah, okay. So Florence is gonna kind of like follow Avatea's lead and then like cup his hand to the door to try to get an idea of what exactly is going on. Yeah. Did I take over Avatea? I'm sorry.
No,
Token
that's good.
hides. Okay.
That's
I
good.
don't-
You
All good.
I'm very low confidence tonight, lol.
you cup your ear to the door, and you hear definitely footsteps, at least 3 or 4 people come into the building. They're not hiding it, but it's still in another room. You hear them knock on a different door. Wait. Knock again. Wait. And then footsteps approaching you.
Looks like we'll have someone's gonna knock on our door. What do we do?
We have nothing to hide, do we? She says.
I guess not. I mean, Florence like looks at the word briefly. No, not really. Maybe we can sell that thing.
There's a knock on your door.
Icarus gestures for Florence to move away from the door.
Florence moves away from the door.
Papa, papa. She'll open
There's
the
another
door.
knock. You open the door. In front of you stands Renard, the steward. Behind Engel, captain of the guard, and 2 more guards alongside them.
Good evening, steward. What can we do for you?
He nods, but it's the captain that ultimately ends up talking to you. We are here investigating some claims as to one of you has been seen doing something vaguely suspicious, and I have been informed that our guest has up and vanished. Would you be so kind as to submit to a search of your rooms? His face is flat.
Aaliyah
Their
steps
face.
forward and says, I assume you mean me, steward, she says. I had tried to go to the town hall to follow, but the... What was that? Sorry.
I think she was just clearing her throat.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she says, I think you mean me, steward, is that right?
Yes.
The captain of the guard is the one who was saying that.
Yeah, Captain the Guard is one.
Oh, Cap,
Engel.
you know, sir, just as sir. I don't think she caught his name, or if she did, she wouldn't have said it. Oh, I think you mean me, sir.
Yes, you were the ones spotted. What were you
Well-
doing? The captain of the guard kind of just motions, and the 2 guards, not super forcefully, but with some presence, push their way into the room.
Aaliyah kind of makes a little bit of a show of opening the door for them, standing out of the way. She's pretty keen to let them, and then volunteers. She goes, myself, she was by herself in her room, I think. Yeah, so she goes, I was in the room south of us, to your left. And then Avatea and Damien were in the room to the north of us. She says we had all three of these rooms. Please check them. But his question, he asked, what were you doing there? Is that what he said?
A bit, yeah. That was one of the things.
Yeah, she she says the guards had taken the boy. We had been keen to make sure that he wasn't going to be killed unceremoniously. Our thought was that he ought to see the church, but obviously he was interred, or not interred, that's for dead people. He was put in custody before I got there.
Yes, the child will still be facing penance for their crimes.
She nods, and she says, our intention is that if this investigation doesn't wrap up ourselves quickly, that we would inform the church of that. Ideally, they can get to the bottom of whatever he might know regarding our investigation before he's, whatever was going to happen in Town Square today.
No need to worry yourselves with that. I will be reporting all information to the cathedral myself. The guards are beginning to rifle through the room. They're not being destructive. They're not throwing things around, but they are being thorough. They're looking under beds, in cabinets, looking for nooks and crannies, and checking everywhere. After a few minutes, the guards look to the captain, shake their heads, start leaving the room. The captain says, I will be searching the other 2 rooms. If you wouldn't be so kind, stay here for a few moments.
And then they leave?
Not quite. The captain stays there. The 2 guards split off to go search the other rooms, and you hear sounds of much the same kind of search going on.
Aaliyah gives a sigh, but nods understandingly, of course. She goes, given today, we can wait a moment, of course.
My DVD collection.
All thrown on the ground, stumped.
A few minutes later, the 2 guards return to
Yet
the
all of Sailor
captain.
Moon.
There are whispers between them. The captain seems to click their tongue, and looks to all of you slowly with a level gaze. It seems we have found nothing. Make sure that there is nothing to find. Yes? And be careful. It would seem there is very likely a traitor to Myrnus within the village. Wouldn't want anyone getting hurt.
Icarus listens to Engel, but then she very pointedly looks to the steward and says, the child was a strategic patsy. Whomever planted the actual bomb at the base of your walls or what was actually there to do this, the child was the scapegoat for all intents and purposes.
The steward looks to start to say something, but Engel starts speaking instead, and the steward drops the subject for the moment at the very least. Patsy or not, the child has committed a crime and will face judgment for that.
Aaliyah kind of gives a little bit of a sigh of almost relief, but is like, we agree on that, steward. Or Engel, captain, whoever said that. Because we agree on that one.
Good. Well then. And without any ceremony, The guard captain leaves, 2 guards in tow. The steward lingers for a bit.
Icarus steps aside and offers to let him come into the room.
He nods, glances back as the guard captain looks at him, and then leaves the building. And the steward enters the room. And this man, who his face is grumpy, he is older and weathered, and he stands with a stiff posture, you know? He is a man of station. And he visibly relaxes ever so slightly. Lets out a deep exhale. And says to you all, so, why did the kid do it?
It seems, at least to me, she glances to the other 3. I highly doubt the child did anything real other than scribble something. I think the device that she points at Florence, our compatriot here found underneath, was the primary actor. The child was there to get your guards, get Engel, it seems, excessively obsessed with this particular one, so that he wouldn't, or had an excuse to not look for what actually did it.
Any evidence?
Avatea's gonna speak up and stop Icarus. That's not completely true.
Go on.
Those weren't just scribbled. They were related to the device. However, that is a degree of occultism and technology that even if the kid knew those scribbles, whoever he got them from is the main prey. And we know it was supplied somewhere in this town. Someone here is doing things, and others are unaware but assisting.
And unfortunately, proof-wise, well, it exploded, for lack of a better term. The device itself is gone, destroyed in the action that it was meant for.
So, no proof of
Far-
intent.
As far as evidence goes, I can tell you the device that detonated against your walls was indeed imported here illegally through certain means by a gentleman bald-headed much like myself. If I had to give you my diagnosis, I suspect, and he gets uncharacteristically like suave or whatever with his voice. I suspect basically the child has been driven to psychosis by whoever our malcontent is, and based on some of the odd behavior that drove us here in the first place, I imagine that this malcontent is using some kind of mind-altering hocus pocus. And I suspect that you'll probably see more deranged acts of sabotage in the future. Does that make any sense?
Avatea's gonna raise their head at what Florence says and wait for Stewart to answer, but very clearly has something on their mind.
Well, you're not giving any evidence, so unfortunately, that sounds like conjecture.
Right now, that's the best that we have, but we do have leads to go on. We're not
Can-
empty-handed, but we need to find something concrete.
Before this conversation goes anywhere else without any proper fact, can you tell us about any mysticism in Kilpis? Any occultish? If you're at war with them, surely you have information on that kind of stuff, right?
That isn't... I'm not told much about what we know about what's happening in Kilpa.
Make
Not
They're
any sense?
my
military.
business.
He's the steward, not their military commander.
It's gonna be his business.
Who could we contact for that information? Because I am very keenly aware that the occult is involved, and I'm now beginning to wonder if the occult is related to Kilpin.
That person would be the one who just rifled through all your rooms. Speaking of, you're not hiding the child here, right?
No.
Of course not. That would be stupid.
And you still have
We did.
them?
Do we?
Don't answer it. Whatever the answer is, everyone, just don't answer. It doesn't matter.
I'm sure he wouldn't have left town, Aaliyah says innocently.
He gives you all sort of a withering look.
Forgive us this one time. Yes.
I don't even say that.
I don't care. The captain cannot act will not act without any sort of evidence against you. That would be tantamount to making a declaration. There's enough for me to determine what you all did, and I don't care. He's a child. The boy deserves some sort of leniency, especially without knowing whether or not there was someone who pushed him to do it. Doesn't matter. Get what information you can from him, and I recommend that you be a little more careful hiding evidence of your egress. Maybe get him out of town rather quickly.
I'm assuming that the steward is in between where Icarus was standing earlier, so she would be like right here. She glances towards Aaliyah but doesn't say anything. When he says that,
Aaliyah kind of answers again, like in her big sort of way. She's not a hardened criminal. She doesn't know that, don't talk to the cops or whatever the hell. But she says, well, I'm sure he would most certainly be gone by morning if he really had escaped.
Good. And looks to you, Aaliyah, looks to the rest of you. Maybe practice playing stupid a little better.
I don't need the practice, she says.
Clearly you do. Well,
Well, that's accomplished. She kind of looks like complimented by that, because she was like,
Wow.
I'm really stupid. But he's like, oh, she's like, oh.
It's like, oh, I'm dumb as hell. What are you talking about?
to the rest of you, thank you for your assistance today. While the captain will probably minimize it, it was appreciated.
Of course. Call upon us if you need anything else while we're working.
I shall avoid doing
Hunters?
so.
Unrelated, do you happen to know when the guard changes at night? She asks.
Icarus! Here's her
He
face.
gives you the most just you know the look that he gives. He gives the strongest implied facepalm that you've ever felt in your soul.
Icarus actually does facepalm.
What's your favorite back door that you leave unlocked?
Can you give me a list of your fears and weaknesses real quick?
He's clearly, A, knows that I know where the kid is, and B, clearly wants him gone by morning. It's an innocent question.
I'm just asking a question.
She looks up, it's with that, like, that smile, that, like, the puppy dog eyes looking up at him.
He doesn't deign to respond, and instead turns and leaves, closing the door behind him.
Aaliyah turns and is like, well, how is he supposed to expect me to do this if I don't? Never mind. She speaks
Aaliyah.
quietly and says, yeah, she speaks quietly and is just like, Damien's going to be talking to him. I'll go see him tonight and he'll be gone in the morning. Before the morning.
That's
I-
good. Hey, Aaliyah, he speaks up. Next time someone asks us if we done anything bad, the answer is always no, okay? You understand
I
me?
didn't tell him we did.
It's though you don't have to tell the truth to get fucked, Aaliyah. But it worked out this time. I'm just saying. Next time we don't know shit, okay?
Or
She
did
looks
it
a
work
little
out?
sheepish about it.
Icaros holds up
He
her
looks like he
hand.
means it. Like he's not like angry pissed off, but he's like I'm like pay attention to me right now.
Icaros holds up her hand to get everyone's attention and says, Aaliyah, search the room to the north. Florence, search the room to the south, if you don't mind. Make sure there's nothing ticking in our little egress here.
Aaliyah
keep-
looks like chastised, like she's got like kind of a hurt little pout, but she'll go, yeah,
And
she'll do that.
keep an eye out for the sigils. Those are the main things.
Florence
The
is kind of
ticking
like
isn't as bad.
She
being a
has
little bit
no
like,
idea what any of you are talking about. She's like, ticking? Sigils? What? All right, I'll tell you if I see something weird.
Florence leaves to do the thing.
As Florence goes to the south, Avate, are you going to search the north one? As
Probably should come with me because she ain't seen shit. She didn't even know what exploded. You guys are talking about an explosive device, and Aaliyah's eyes were like wide as billiard balls. She's like, what the fuck?
Icaros, while those other two are doing their thing, if they choose to, will go over what happened with Aaliyah.
Oh, okay. Similarly, Aaliyah will go over what happened.
Avate, are you searching
Quietly.
the northern room?
Yes.
Excuse me. That was very gross and disgusting.
Notably
that one either.
more so looking for any of the same markings or occult symbols.
Both of you roll investigate. Florence and Avatea.
I got notice. Ooh woo.
You can roll notice.
Unrelated. When do you change the guards?
Yeah, that
Good
was
one,
pretty
Ari.
good.
Oh, that's great.
Both of you see the rooms more disheveled than you assume that they originally were, but don't find anything out of place ultimately.
Can I if I add +2, will that mean anything? Ooh woo.
No.
Twist. Oh, okay. I'm gonna re-roll then. If that's, I think I can do that, right?
What? Why?
Why?
I don't know.
You want to fail?
Oh, never mind.
You
I
got
thought- I
everything.
thought I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember, with fate, she'll tell you if doing something like that could change the result.
oh, okay. Oopsies.
So,
Made a mistake. Ooh.
you'll search the rooms. Icaros, you update Aaliyah. Damien, what are you doing with the kid during this time?
Patty cake.
For what it's
patty
worth
cake,
for
cake,
Damien,
there's no-
Aaliyah would have pretty quickly been, volunteered. It's like I should get back to Damien and just Damien.
Just
Damien
Damien?
is
She
Are you
looks
doing-
like
sure?
left and right, like kind of quickly, like just Damien.
like a girl with a crush or something. It's Damien.
So, Damien, what are you doing?
I don't.
Damien is telling a story to the child. Well, first
Oh.
Damien will sit down and be like, I know it's a lot right now, but you like stories?
Is it one of those, like, not real stories?
Yes, it's one of those not real stories, and it has a happy ending.
I'm gonna go get a drink
Oh,
real
it's-
quick. Continue.
It's definitely not real then. Okay.
Well, might be more real than you think. Long time ago, there was a great archer. He could make an arrow that could slay anything. But one day, a great
beast that he had never seen before tore through his village, leaving it in shambles, and he believed that he had to craft a very new arrow. So he got to work. He took his son on the very first trip, and the beast then took his son with him. He said, I will make the arrow faster, so that he can never grab my son. Then he took his brother on the next trip, and it didn't work. He said, I will make an arrow that is stronger, so that it will stop the beast before it gets to my own. And when he went alone, he didn't find the beast out in the woods. He found the beast at home. He said, I need to make an arrow that I can fire from anywhere, so I never have to lose anyone again. The crafting an arrow, so powerful, so great, he bled his own soul into the very tip. And when he slayed the beast, his spirit allowed him to see all the lives of the broken arrows again. To this day, they say you can hear his whistling arrows fly throughout the forest whenever you're scared.
Well, that doesn't sound real. Why would he make arrows? That doesn't make sense.
I'm sure that there's a lesson in there somewhere.
And at the end of the story, Aaliyah, roll notice for me.
Okie dokie. Notice.
You will need a roll 3 higher than that in order to receive a result.
Oh. All right, I'll burn another fate point. This is interesting. She would be particularly attentive as she goes over here, right? So, burn a fate point, and I will roll again.
You need one more.
That's 2 higher.
If someone wants to donate a fate point,
I'll donate. Woo!
Well,
you can invoke one of Aaliyah's aspects. I'll be back in just 2 seconds, but I can't hear you.
well, in this case, I'm being asked to notice at random. I'm not sure what it is I'm looking for, of course. But she would be keeping an eye out, for example, if anybody's looking for her. And which, honestly, considering that we know that the guards are suspicious of us, she would anticipate that there could very well be a guard or somebody, like, ready. And the aspect that would most make sense for that is the concept that she is the thing that goes bump in the night. In terms of her being aware. She is, well, for reasons, it is what it is. She spends a lot of time stalking things in the forest, for normal human reasons.
Who is she?
What?
Aaliyah Ushas.
Who is she?
Yeah. She's Firekeeper Alia Ushas.
Okay, go on. You were saying?
That
That's an
essentially,
acceptable use of an aspect, I will say.
Eat shark
can I have
yam.
a fate point, Bendy, please?
Yeah, you can have
finger.
my fate point. Yeah. Oh.
Fingers together.
Bendy, remove 1 fate point.
Okay. Small price to
Aaliyah.
pay.
You are walking up to the house and you're paying attention to make sure no one's following you, that you are alone properly and truly. And it is that heightened awareness that has you hearing the story being told inside the house. about this man crafting arrows to save his family and defeat this beast. And you hear the latter half. Before you enter the house.
So sorry. I think my internet might have chopped out. I heard the latter half of the story, and then what did you say?
You heard the latter half of the story before approaching the house. So you heard the last half of the story about someone crafting arrows to slay a beast and losing their family in the process.
Oh man. Aaliyah's upbringing would be that she didn't hear that story, and in fact, probably, or has never heard the story before, rather. Nor has she heard many stories like it. She always heard stories about someone called the Allfather, and about things like that. So, in fact, when she hears the story, she's kind of enthralled by it. Like, unlike the child, she's like, then what happened? But she doesn't say anything. She opens the door and waits carefully and then like slips into the house quite quickly, quietly, closing the door behind them, and
Just a moment.
looks to Damien and the kid, and it sounded like it was a nice story, she says. Is Damien is Damien here? Our boy Damien?
No.
Thinking about. I think Damien, as you enter, says, kind of gives the child like a one moment hand, right?
Right.
And kind of leads you outside for a second.
Sharky, you have a
Around.
DM.
Oh,
And say,
Yeah, you're our DM, Aries.
I don't know how safe it is here. I think we gotta go back to
Aaliyah.
the... Go ahead.
sorry. Oh, the only nods and says, I agree.
I think we have to go back to the original plan and have someone wait for him with him outside of town.
Aaliyah nods again and she says, we should talk to him. Now that we have Alte, we think of Alvatea and Florence saw what was there. And then for the purpose of cutting to the chase, she'll tell Damien, similarly, everything that Icaros had already explained and what Avatea had said, the runes, the explosive device, and everything. But ultimately, she says, if we can talk to him and find out who it was he was talking to, who it was in town told him what to do, who it was is orchestrating all of this, today, she says, my plan was to take the kid out tonight. She says, the night captain suspects and probably even knows we're responsible for the kid, but won't do anything without hard evidence. She says, the steward is pretty interested in making sure that we never have hard evidence, which means we'd get the kid out as soon as we can. She says broad daylight seems dangerous, but he almost certainly knows the way back to Kelpis. He got here himself one way or the other. I can get him out tonight.
I don't think it's a good idea of you to go on your own.
I'm not doing it by myself per se, but, you know, I think they would be suspicious if all four of us left for an hour and came back. But we could think of something. Oh, well, I can think of something. She says, we'll fuck that bridge when we get... Well, sorry. She wouldn't say that. I would say that. She says, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But we can get him out tonight.
As long as it's not just you and the kid by... I'll go too, but... Damien kind of stops himself before saying something, and he goes, let's just map something out.
She says, don't worry. I have a cunning plan for tonight. Let's talk to this kid.
1000%. Damien's like, I can't let them have this kid. They're straight up going to eat this kid.
The kid is
What,
inside,
Aaliyah?
having apparently decided to start making some some simple porridge while you were both out there.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Aaliyah would have brought something. Food, probably from the tavern. Cheese, meat, bread, whatever. A potage, eternal
Potage.
stew, whatever this place serves, you know?
Some drugs.
Oh, it would have been stew. Stew bread. Salted meat.
Yeah, she'd have brought that. Okay. I mean, she's kind of told him, and I think for the most part, she is bad at investigating, so I think it's better off to leave the roles to you, Damien. Although she would kind of, yeah, you know, as she said, is we're trying to find out who he spoke to, who's been directing him to do these things, because we know that kid did not smuggle that explosive in and write all those runes to himself. Avatea is assured that they are occultic runes that mean something. It's magic or technology or something. And she probably says it just like that to him because she has no idea what he was talking about. She's like, he said it's like magic or technology or something, but that there's no way a kid like him just knows this shit. So, and with that information, would probably leave the investigation to the person with the better rolls.
Yeah.
Damien's gonna go over to the kid and kind of sit down like he's sitting down for dinner, waiting to be served. Kind of playing into the kid's like imagination or
The kid was making some
wants
actual
to be
like
normal. No, I
basic
know,
porridge.
but like, you know, in a
Hmm.
way, you know, it's this kid's interest, and Damien's trying to play into that.
The kid places before you what some of the porridge he was making, which is there was some water left over from whenever these people left this house. There was some bags of grain, and that's about it. It is mushy grain in water.
Aaliyah smiles
Bowser.
and says, thanks, and then says, like, don't worry, I brought some treats for you too.
Damien looks for the salt.
I made my own. Are you gonna rummage through the house for some salt?
He says, yes, he will. He goes, it's delicious. You know, smoking so much means you got to add a lot of flavor, and desperately looking for some salt.
You find no salt.
It's a little bit. Anyway,
Aaliyah's grateful and says, well, then we'll both share. And lets him have some if he wants, but she will have his porridge. And she notably has her porridge, like, with ease. She's just like, oh, yes, gulp.
Porridge.
Damien goes, listen,
Delicious human food. This is
those
Shut me.
drawings that you made,
Mm.
those drawings that you made on the walls,
plastic.
did they come from your head? Or did someone else show you them?
No, it was part of the instructions.
And these instructions, they told you to write the symbols and what else?
They told me how to.
How to write them, and was there anything about burying a device or a small clockwork instrument?
Well, no, that's just what makes the runes work. That's what the guy
Right.
said.
Well, they're the ones who placed them in the ground.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
God damn it.
That's what
These,
Aaliyah said. He's just like, nah, I did that shit, but it's clear. We got
These-
some good info. Keep going.
these rune maker worker things. Have you seen them before, or when these people brought them out, was it the first time you had ever seen anything like that?
I've seen a few things like it before, but that was the first time I saw those ones.
Are they common in Kilpa?
No.
do you have a lot of smiths and craftsmen in Kilpa who might be capable of something
No.
like
No.
I think they said it was
So,
imparted.
did they say imparted from where?
No. She said one of their friends.
And do you know if they're still here in the town?
Well, no, they were in Kilpa.
So they sent you here alone? How did you make it
I
past the forest?
I came here alone. I walked.
Um,
There's no
Aries,
forests.
do I know how far Kilpa is?
Not insanely far. Like,
It
Walking
would
distance
be,
for a child, anyway.
yeah.
maybe 10
Walk.
miles. Maybe.
So you have to walk all day.
Well, yeah. It's important, though.
Do these people know your parents?
Well, yeah. Everybody knows everybody.
Great, but were they close friends with your parents? Have you seen them visit before?
I visit occasionally.
Do them and your parents ever have discussions late at night?
Oh, yeah, that's where I saw the ball thing.
What did he look like? Aaliyah asks. The person who told you how to do all of this.
He was kind of big and he looked really mean. Didn't have any
Was he bald?
hair.
Did he? No
Mm.
hair, big.
And he was in Kelpis?
Kilpa.
Kilpa.
Kilpa. Sorry, human
Mhm.
town names are just so... I mean, normal town names are just so difficult for me.
Damien gives a quick side eye. Look,
Squid
this,
said, Leah.
this has helped us a lot get this sorted, but we've got to get you home. So we're probably gonna go on a little camping trip for tonight, and then take a quick trip over to Kilpa.
No, I can go
He
there
says
on
you
my
should-
own.
No, I
You're
think
gonna- you're gonna-
I think you have more cooking skills to show us, right?
And nobody
I mean,
nobody from Mirnus is allowed in Kilpa.
Oh, we're not from Mirnus.
Oh,
She
we
tells
don't.
Damien, Aaliyah says, my intention was to make sure that he's outside of town and some ways down the road safely, but I don't think it's a good idea for any of us to be out of town all night. I suspect that the Knights are watching us quite closely.
Damien kind of goes, I understand that, but if we start leaving in the night, we could be attacked again. And if it's just me and you, be pretty screwed.
She says, we're monster hunters. Monster hunters have all kinds of reasons to go out into the night and hunt a monster.
Yeah, when they don't have a broken ankle and haven't slept for 2 days.
Nobody knows that I don't have a broken ankle. And I slept just fine.
Damien,
Are you
Damien's
two
like that
really
Squidward
monster
picture.
hunters?
So, well, it's really
Yes.
before I answer that one, I'm curious. What did Damien say in
I
response to
said
that?
he looks like that Squidward picture. Like he's like, my bags have bags.
Yeah.
He
oh,
hasn't slept for 2 days.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you. Are we really monster hunters? The kid says, and she turns and she smiles and holds out the takes the badge off of her lapel or whatever, her cloak. It's like, we're monster hunters.
kid-
Bonafide.
The kid kind of scoffs. Real monster hunters would know that there's no monsters around Mirnus.
Aaliyah has the biggest smile on her face and says, why do you think we were called here?
I didn't know you were called here. Why were you called here?
Yep. Well, we're
Oh,
monster hunters.
is it to deal with the monsters?
She nods. To find a monster, anyway. I don't know if there really is a monster out here, but the point is.
Oh, there's monsters.
Oh, really? What monsters are here?
Are you really monster hunters?
She nods again. Yeah, we really are.
And you're here to deal with the monsters?
We might be here to deal with the monsters you're talking about, but you haven't told me which monsters.
To all the monsters here.
Wait a minute. Aaliyah has an inkling of something and asks, "Can you tell me what monster? What the monster looks like?"
Well, I don't know what they look like. I've seen what they do.
What do they do?
They sneak into Kelpa at night, and people don't wake up.
But you've never seen the monster.
No.
Aaliyah looks to Damien and asks, "Does this sound like that same mimetic thing as the people who hadn't heard what that girl said, but they were confident she said something horrific?"
Currently, still sounds like possession to me, but I think right now we need to figure out what the next move is.
Aaliyah nods and asks him, "What were you supposed to do once the explosion went off? Were you supposed to meet this man again? Were you expected to go back to K City that I keep forgetting the name of?
Kilpa.
Kilpa?
I don't know. I hadn't decided that.
You weren't told what to do? You were just told to do this and then that's that? Have a nice day?"
I wasn't told to do anything. So he kind of like gets closer and, goes all conspiratorial of leaning in close, fake whispering, looking around and such. I saw the instructions on how to use the stuff, but they were gonna wait too long.
How long were they planning to wait?
Like a week.
But you decided to set it off today?
Yeah. I thought,
kinda
why
back to
not
the
the
guard.
earlier the better? Besides,
What was gonna
we need to deal with the monsters sooner. It's gonna get worse.
Are the
can't tell.
monsters here?
Yeah. You're really not
Ooh.
monster hunters, are you? Are you really?
Very curious people. Look, what was supposed to happen in a week?
I'm not supposed to say.
Well, like,
Oh, you're
I guess I'm going to have to keep this delicious piece of candy that I found in my pocket.
oh,
You have
better
candy?
have.
I mean, I have candy for good little children who tell me things that I ask of them, but I don't know. It kind of sounds like you're not telling me.
Kind of squints at you. Prove it.
He's a shrewd little, again, domestic terrorist. Damn it.
Damien
Aaliyah-
pulls out a coin. Says, I was going to spend this on fresh made candy. Oh, I guess I'll have to put it to cigarettes instead.
What coin do you pull out?
I have. Let me check my coin purse. I pull out a silver piece.
A lot of candy.
There's a lot of candy.
You
There's
don't need
fresh
a notice.
candy.
You don't need a notice roll to see sparkling in this kid's eyes.
That's a lot of fucking candy.
Oh, well.
Hmm, I could maybe tell you. You're not from here, right? You're not from
No.
Munis?
Does it sound like a local accent?
What's an accent?
I don't know. Yeah, monsters might have accents.
And the boogeyman, I'm walking over here.
He
Yeah.
kind of leans down and he says, "Cross my heart, swear to die. I'm not a monster."
Damien, you feel a twinge of something.
Damien tries to suppress it as much as possible. Keep up the guise for the kid.
Okay. And what was your question again? I'm sorry.
What was supposed to happen in a week when you were supposed to do this?
That's when the attack was supposed to happen.
I see. All right, take this, kid. You've earned it. And he places the silver piece in the kid's hand.
This kid's eyes are glittering and like he's holding it with a reverence and then like closes his hands around it, clutches to his chest. Thank you.
Heard your parents talking to them. One last question. What was his name? Did you ever hear them give him a name?
No, I didn't hear a name.
What did you call him?
Mister.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you still have the instructions, or are they destroyed?
I memorized them.
This kid's smart.
cookie.
I'm really good with pictures. And
Where
I've been
was
learning
he?
to write.
If I... Okay, well, let's have him write that shit down immediately. But, just, like, where was he? Where do you know where we could find him if we wanted to ask him about something?
He's
Oh,
in
he was
Kilpa.
in Kilpa when I left.
Yeah, where in Kilpa?
I don't know. He came to visit. I never went to his place.
Do you know where your parents live in Kilpa?
Did you ask, does he know where his parents live?
Yeah, where's his home?
He looks at you like you're an idiot. Yeah, I know where I live.
I just
Do you not know where
describe
you
it to me.
live?
Frankly, no.
He looks at you like you're more of an idiot.
We got that childlike.
Yeah, we'll have.
You feel the
kid-
pure judgment of a child.
There we go. That's what
Oh
I was
no.
We'll have the
Oh,
kid
yes,
write down
his-
both the symbol and the dual. Either, like, there aren't really addresses, right?
Do you have paper and writing utensils?
I have a notebook. And
Oh, you do, yeah.
notes. Yeah.
Mm-mm. The
I'll have
kid,
you just, like, flip to a blank page and have them write down.
the kid scribbles down a symbol and.
I'm also keeping track of like how they told him to write it, because he specifically did say that they gave him specific directions on how to write it.
Oh.
So I'm kind of wondering if like that's part of it.
It looks like he just writes the symbol as you would expect someone to write something or draw something.
Okay.
Mm.
And then directions to his parents' house once you get to like the front of Kilpa.
And he gives you directions.
I'll take the book back. One of us has got to go back to with the group and figure out if they're all cool with us. I guess
They're not.
moving on to another town.
Well, first we have to finish our part of the investigation. All of this stuff about the war and this explosion might be related. They could be, but we don't know much other than, well,
Well, I think we
what's
for sure
going
know.
on with these monsters that he's talking about.
I think for sure the war and the explosion are connected. I'm more worried about these people slipping into dream.
Yeah, that's what he said too. Remember, he said these monsters come into town and they go to people, and those people don't wake up.
To wonder.
Is it related? Maybe. Probably. She says it would be wild if our investigation and all of this was unrelated. That would be crazy. This would be the
Stranger
most
things
unlucky
can
town
happen.
I've ever heard of. Except for my hometown, which burned down. That was pretty unfortunate. But
You know, I'm
Casually
learning a lot
dropping your
about you
tragic
today.
backstory.
Very haunting way for her to say that, in a way.
it wasn't a big, it was just a little village. There weren't many.
The casualties were only in the dozen.
50.
It shattered the
Wait, you're not
line.
here. Shut up. You don't know.
Shut up, bird!
Damien, what were you saying?
You have my condolences.
She smiles and just smiles at him. But then goes back to the matter of the kid. Is there anything else, other players included, that we needed to ask him? I think we've gotten about all the information out of him that I can think of that we wanted.
We know why he was here. We know why he did what he did. We know the goal of what he did. And right now we're just trying to keep him safe from being executed.
Well, some of us are trying. I mean,
Well, that's Damien's goal.
We couldn't get much about the person other than they are in Kelpa. It sounded like the same description, which Aaliyah would tell Damien that, Florence said that it seems like it's someone that kind of looks like him but bigger. That's kind of what he described. As a big guy, bald, etc. There's not much proof we have. I mean, he didn't keep instructions otherwise. But we have more notes. I mean, circumstantially, we have good evidence that this kid wasn't the mastermind. We know that Avatea's expertise suggests that there's no way this kid would have known how to do any of this shit. There's no way this kid could have gotten his hands on an explosive device without somebody else. It's pretty clear that the kid isn't the mastermind, but it's also pretty clear that the kid did that shit. So let's go ahead and get him out of town. Again, other players as well. Is there anything else we should ask about before we move on?
So basically, this kid has, for all intents and purposes, moved their plans, Kilpa's attack up by about a week.
Yeah, I'll bet they're pissed about that too. That's
Yeah.
You shouldn't have done that shit.
There's a few. Not really. I don't have anything that you might be able to ask him. Nothing that. Rut shrugs. Way.
Yep.
Her only thing she asks is like, so one more just you have no idea what those monsters here look like.
No, I haven't seen one personally.
All right. Well, you should get some sleep because we're gonna leave tonight, and it sounds like you've got an awfully long walk back. And I can go with you, but only so far. Sounds like you know the way though, so you'll be okay after that. But get some sleep. Stay hidden. Don't mess up this house too much.
I think you should keep watch over the child while I go back to the party and inform them of what we've learned.
She says, they're really going to be looking for me all night. I'm quite sure of it. I think it's best that all of us, except for the kid, stay somewhere that the knights can see us to avoid any further suspicion. And then I've got an idea for tonight.
I can take care
Right.
of myself. I'm a big kid.
I agree, but stay inside the house and stay quiet just in case. We're going to need your big kid energy tonight.
Okay.
She smiles at him. Good boy. Pat, pat, pat.
Damien will head back to the party.
Leah will join him.
You both return to the party. They're doing keg stands.
And we'll relay to the party what we learned. Now, to the matter of getting the kid out tonight. We gather, she would do the same thing as before, right? Making sure nobody is around watching. She'd usher everybody into this room. Just in case it matters, you never know. We've had a lot of people sneaking around, apparently. But in the privacy of one of the rooms, Aaliyah would say, I think the best way of us getting out of town without arousing overdue suspicion is that we respond to a report of somebody or of a monster outside. It's something generic, it doesn't matter, but something people would expect church hunters to go deal with. All we have to do is secret the kid out with us when we do that.
Have the bird dangle some burning something or another and have him screech real loud, and we'll run out there and stop him.
They don't send monster hunters to hunt birds, Florence.
I thought if it was dark out and it was fire, well, fine. You guys figure it out then. He
She says,
says,
I spend a lot of time in the woods. I can make a convincing noise.
I don't even think we need that. I mean, the guards already know about something going on. Letting them know about. I mean, and we talked above the table. We talked about the monsters that we faced on the way here to the guards we met on the way in.
She agrees, and she says, ideally that would work. I'm just very concerned that everybody's eyes are on us, and that these guards, while we're still under suspicion, might not want us leaving without, something.
Icaros is quiet for the majority of the time that folks are talking, but then she gestures with her free hand towards Florence and says, doesn't one of us know someone who is an expert of getting people in and out of this town without being seen?
Lawrence rolls his head a little bit. And he says, yeah, I know someone who might be able to help with something like that. Yeah. He says he says that like as if he confessed to a crime.
Because you did confess to a crime. Crimer.
That was a crime. Yeah.
Now, Florence,
Mm-hmm.
in regards to your friend, he is one of those people who will move any merchandise that you could ever need as long as you pay.
Yeah, it's
Right.
going to be
Keeps his-
expensive.
He keeps his hands off people, though.
Moving people is a different game.
Listen, he's he's a small timer. He's from this small town. He's not going to. They could hang him for something like that. He's not going to be interested. Sorry.
Damien's kind of got his hand over his mouth. He's kind of like tapping his foot in the corner. He's like, we need a really good excuse as to why we all have to leave the town, right? That's all we're figuring out.
Hunting a monster is a fantastic reason to leave town.
But they need to see the monster. That's the whole issue that we're running into, right?
Not
Well,
necessarily.
they don't need to see the monster. They can
I mean,
hear
not
a monster.
necessarily, but if they saw a monster, it would pretty much make our case solid, right?
Well, yeah, of course. That's the idea.
Damien kind of sighs and says, alright. No other way to let loose a monster without it causing too much damage. But
Well,
you gotta promise me that you won't kill it.
Lawrence is like looking around the room a
yeah,
little bit.
Leah
like, what
looks
the fuck's going
confused.
on?
Like, wait a minute, you can summon a monster?
In a way,
I was just going to use magic to manipulate the sounds of a
He
monster.
kind of looks at you like, oh, come on. Look at you. You're exhausted. Any more magic and you'll have blood coming out of your eyes.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'm pretty tapped myself too. All those locks that I busted open are not easy.
Well, I don't have to use that kind of magic to do it.
Listen. I get that. But we want a sure thing here, right?
What's the sure thing?
Summon the monster near the gate. You chase it down. And then just make sure to capture it.
Well, this was my thought, she says. First off, I don't know about capturing whatever monster you're talking about, but we could try that. But she says the idea is that I make my way out of town quietly. I attract the attention. You lot will know what I'm doing and when. You're monster hunters. Meanwhile, put the kid in my cloak. Then you all get to just dash on out of town.
That's the thing. Once the monster's there, whatever either me or you, the guards are going to be looking at the gates.
Well, we're not going to stop at the gates.
I know.
But they're
But
gonna be paying.
They're going to be paying attention, exactly. So how are we going to get the kid out and then do that?
Are you expecting that the guards are going to follow us out into the night?
Yeah.
They likely won't follow outside of the village's walls without a clear
it's-
target, Icaros
If
says.
it's... Well, actually, I'm not sure about that. If it's...
I mean, it might not
If
even
it's a
be
s-
like a guard. It could just be one of their lackeys.
If it's
Well-
a scary... If it's... What I'm saying is, if it's a scary enough creature that they can see, they might just close the doors. This town's already been through enough. But if it's a creature that they can't see, that they might be able to think that they could take on, they might follow us out to try and, quote unquote, help.
I can handle that too, she says.
So you're telling me you still have magical power to create an illusion of a monster and trick people?
Yes, she says. Yes, I can.
And you don't think that perhaps saving power so you can just trick the people or just make the illusion?
I would hazard to say, Icaros says, looking to Damien, that you both have exercised a significant amount of your own abilities in the past couple of days. You, in
Well-
particular, Damien, have not slept for at least 2 or 3, examining something that you have brought with you from the city.
That's
You introducing a wild factor into something that we need to do is likely more dangerous than Aaliyah simply distracting them with some of her more basic illusions, if that is what you're implying, Aaliyah. Assuming that you
yeah.
can do it safely, can you do it without harming yourself, and are you 100% sure of that control?
She nods. Yeah, I am.
She looks at Damien and says, presuming your current condition, are you 100% certain that you will not fail, cause undue strife, or cause a problem? Will you be able to retain control of the creature and actually make it leave? Or will that control fracture because of your altered mind state and cause more problems than is necessary?
The creature doesn't take any mental stress on me. And in fact, that's why I suggested it, because it's apart and away from me. And frankly, if it does die, it's not the end of the world.
Ikaros scratches her chin under her helmet. Avatea, can you lift a child whenever you're in your bird form?
I should be able to.
Alternate options. Avatea is unfatigued as well.
You're gonna fly with the kid? Like fly him over a wall?
I mean,
I
if
feel like-
that's what we need to do.
I feel like that would grab more attention.
It's
Might
the
have
dead
a
of
few
night.
arrows shot at you.
Can he fly as he is? He doesn't have to be like turned a little tiny bird?
The bird form itself is not that small. Like, it's not a hand-sized bird.
But like there's like
Oh.
at least like a chest
It-
high bird.
It's at absolute smallest would be close to a fully grown peacock, but it's a little bit bigger than that.
I.e., vulture-sized burb.
Yeah.
And this vulture-sized bird could just snatch a kid up and take him over a wall? Because I'll tell you, that solves every fucking problem I've ever had.
Ikaros smiles slightly under her helmet.
Again, the bird was lifting and carrying buckets of water to pour on the fire earlier today.
All right, well, I'm under the impression that a kid weighs substantially more than a bucket of water.
That is an accurate
mean,
statement.
It is.
That's
Are
why
we sure?
Ikaros qualified that with, do you think you could lift a child?
That's my
If-
answer. Is if Avatea can lift a child while flying, then yeah, what are we discussing? Why don't
If
you
a
tell us you
child
can fly the damn
weighs-
child over the wall?
If a child weighs less than a duck, it's a witch and you need to burn it.
That's fair. That's fair.
So more in character, she asks, "You can fly him over the wall?"
I would need to try to know for sure, but I should be able to.
All right, let's pick a plan and focus our efforts on it. I think if
I
we end up
just
trying and
realized
failing 3 different
I
things,
don't believe Avatea has turned into a bird in the canon line yet.
She has.
I have.
Okay.
He has. Fuck.
they have.
There have been 3 transformations that were like applicable, and I think 1 or 2 that were kind of just
Okay.
bits.
So what do you all do? The night is beginning to wear on. The moon is rising.
What kind of
Is
moon
it? I
is
was really hoping we'd have a chance to rest first.
What kind of moon is it, Ares?
Crescent.
Okay, less light.
Waxing or waning crescent?
Waning. You thought I
Good.
wasn't prepared. Ha!
That's
I
a
already
good
thought of that.
answer. I'm saying I'm grateful. That's even better for Aaliyah.
Is it? Why is that, Aaliyah? Hmm?
Shut up. You don't know?
You don't know shit.
All right.
Damien-
So
Damien
as
hasn't shared
players,
that.
and I'm going to get everybody's input. Bendy, get your talking lips ready.
Make your ass up.
Mindy, wake up.
We have Damien could summon a real monster, but there are risks. The risks to that are that the guards just jump its ass, for example, if it's a visible thing.
Kill its head.
But I don't know, we don't know the nature of Damien's creature, so that could be fun. Aaliyah has the plan of leaving the walls herself. She's stealthy. She has a plan. She says she could do it. And can then, in the event that the guards come at her, she suggests that she can deal with that. And then finally, we could have Avatea try, who is not sure, try to fly over the wall with a child. I would suggest that we probably do not have time to try more than, or I mean, we probably have time, but failing to fly and lift a kid has potential consequences. I don't want you to drop a child over a wall. That sounds terrible. And then the monster thing, and then obviously Aaliyah's thing. All of them are risks. What do we think as players is the best course of action?
I think
Mm.
I think I think we should do all three at once. Try and get
I
I don't think the Avatea plan is gonna work.
I'm gonna throw it out there. There is a 9 in 10 chance that these guards are on high fucking alert, and with the fact that we are already suspicious, it doesn't matter what we do, we're gonna get the blame.
Well, as long as no one fucking says anything.
But
Aaliyah.
what do you mean get the blame? Get the blame of like we let a monster in?
Of anything. If we have a monster, they're gonna assume that was related to us.
But we're
If
monster
we get
hunters.
Lawrence in character would just say, "Well, fuck them," and then just not even care about it.
Yeah, there we go. I was waiting for that part.
Okay, well let me ask this then. Rather than the problems with the thing, what would you suggest is the solution? What do you want to do in that case?
What were the first two options again? I'm sorry, I'm very sleepy.
Aaliyah leaves the walls and causes, makes people think that there's a monster that the
Spooky
party can respond to, taking the kid with them, wearing Aaliyah's cloak, disguising. She's short, she's taller than the kid is, but there's a rush, right? You all just rush out the doors to fight this monster. The kid's outside.
Mm-hmm.
Damien's plan is to summon a real monster near the city gates and more or less try the same thing. I don't know how we're going to get the kid out in that case, but we can come up with that. I mean,
Damien would leave with the kid. He would sneak out with the kid and then summon it.
If he sneaks out with the kid, why would he summon a monster instead of just
Yeah,
letting the kid go on his way?
Yeah, we just keep sneaking
Because
out then.
it's easier for just two people to sneak out than the whole party to stroll up to the door.
But my thing is, right, if you snuck the kid out of the city, why summon the monster at that point?
Because we need to leave too, and they're not
Because
going
we
to
need get
let
the whole
us.
party out.
Yeah.
I would
I mean,
suggest that
but-
once the kid's out of the wall, he's good on his own, relatively. But
Well, also these people have like horses. Like, they'll come get us if we just.
do
But if there is a monster that we are fighting, they're going to at least wait until we've quote unquote defeated that monster, which will give us like a big heads up. Like a big head
Maybe
start.
maybe
we
this is
even-
my sleepy brain, but like maybe there's like an even more cleverer idea we could come up with.
I'm
Do we
listening.
okay, what's the idea?
Don't know. That was just an idea.
All right, Ko next.
mean-
Ko next. Say your idea, Ko.
do we even need to have the full party leave?
No, that's Aaliyah's suggestion. Is that the party responds to a monster, but it's Aaliyah and the kid that leave.
Lawrence, honestly, like I know this is like
But
we're
if
talking over the
it's-
table.
Go ahead.
I was like, I know we're talking over the table, but like, Florence would probably be something of the opinion of just sneak the kid out, and then the rest of us continue our mission and just don't say anything.
There are
And-
monsters in the wood or in the area around this place.
The kid also crossed that distance himself.
Yeah.
Look, also, I
One-
just want to point out that if you just follow Florence's advice and just tell the wagon driver just don't stop, we wouldn't have gotten in that fight. We would have
All
just.
right, but we're looking for solutions for the here and now, not who was right 2 nights ago.
I know.
That's what
So
I'm
what is-
saying is I get that Florence or that you don't want these ideas, but then what is your idea?
I'm trying to think. I genuinely like. I'm trying to think like, because I might have to go with. I mean, if I can't think of anything, I'll have to go with ones that have been proposed.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really have any contacts. Like, we have the one guy, but he'll refuse to do it. I mean, maybe I could probe him for if he has an idea. Like, run down to his house, maybe, and be like, "Hey, man, do you know any like sneaky ways out?"
I would suggest probably not letting a criminal know that we're currently trying to smuggle a wanted child out of the house or out of the city.
Well, he'll want nothing to do with it, so he won't say anything.
Well, then we don't have to
might-
tell him anything then, do we?
He might not want anything to do with it, but he might want that reward money.
Well, I mean, I might just be like, hey man, yeah, how would I leave? LOL. If not, then I would say, um,
I'm gonna make you pick one of the 3 ideas that were already discussed.
yeah, I'm thinking about two. So genuinely, I think probably the bird thing is probably a great way to kill the child. Um, so
Kill the child, kill the child.
personally, I would say. Fuck, that's kind of, cause like one, if Damien and them get caught, right, they're fucked, right?
How would they get caught? They're fighting a monster.
They have
We
to
are
sneak out
monster
first.
hunters.
I'm talking about the Damien where Damien sneaks out and then summons a monster. They have to sneak out first, so that's like a lot of risk right up front, right? But the idea of like cloaking up the child and like basically pretending to be Aaliyah, right? Joining the fray.
Sort
That's
of,
great.
yeah.
That's great, but like the child's a well-known criminal, so one good look at their face by anyone, and we're
Aaliyah
made.
wears a cloak with a hood.
Yeah, yeah, but like I'm just saying, like anybody gets a clean look at at the face of the kid with the cloak. Like I get
At
they had the
3
cloak on.
a.m. with a monster screaming outside, I don't think they're going to be checking IDs at the door.
They might.
So time is
I mean, there's just
for the
so there was
purposes of
there was a terrorist attack.
for player limitations, a decision needs to be made promptly.
All right, all right, all right.
Icarus
I'm just
holds
gonna.
up her
I'm gonna.
hand.
I'm
I
gonna. I'm
say
gonna
we go
stop
with
you real
Aaliyah's.
quick, Florence. I'm gonna stop you because Ko has been trying to say something for a little bit. And I want to hear what his thoughts were.
I said what I was saying earlier.
The bird idea. Okay.
Yep.
Icarus holds up her hand and says, "Can you keep the child asleep until we're outside of the city? Maybe an hour or so." She looks to all of the party, questioning.
I have no way to magically put him to sleep. No.
And Damien shakes his head.
Avatea?
None that I'm aware of.
Oh well.
I mean, don't you? Don't you have like? Is there like a herb thing you can do?
I could get some herbs from Glennis, perhaps.
Well, I mean, if
What do we do with the
No.
sleeping child at that point?
Leave that to me. I can do what I need to do, and then we can leave the city tonight.
All of us leave?
Yes, we should be able to walk right out.
Well, the initial concern was that given our current status that the guards might not let us leave.
They might search us.
Again, as it stands, the 2 people that should not be met with the guards right now are Aaliyah and Damien. Everyone other doesn't really matter.
not to be a downer here, but I just don't. I need to mention that not everyone we deal with might be acting rationally. So we should probably
As a
reduce contact with people.
As a GM, there is no such thing as a sure plan.
Oh no, I was
Also,
thinking in character.
Jacob, how long are you able to stay?
Yeah, like 5 more minutes.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to get.
As what I'm trying to do. We need decisions more than more.
I mean, I was gonna pick Aaliyah's plan, basically.
Okay, do a vote. You've got all your plans laid before you. Do your votes.
She is Amari. How about this? Since Damien does have
No
to
new
go,
plans. Do your votes.
as in Damien has to go, we could decide the plan over the week and then execute it next week or next time we play.
Okay. Then you
That's
will
it.
all be. Those of you with consequences will be stuck with those consequences throughout the next session. Which is
Gotcha.
one of the reasons I was trying to push it through a little bit, so that you could have a chance to deal with your consequences.
I mean,
Mhm.
My bad for yapping. But yeah, I'm cool with that.
Pats the bendy.
All right, then we will call it here, with plans yet to be made.
We can come up with a plan. Well, we've come up with one. We can decide. Literally, we just got to vote.
Icarus comments, if we're gonna be pausing here, but this is gonna be a little bit sort of post thing. She comments to Aaliyah, can you not put someone to sleep with your enchantment magic?
Oh, probably, but not anymore today if I can help it. She says, Damien was right. We've both exerted quite a lot of magic, and applying the weave is treacherous work when you've done it a lot. But
Fair enough.
uh, if I can rest, then yeah, I can.
That is an option. We have 4 possible plans. The guards will likely not stop us without any hard evidence. They've already searched our rooms and whatnot. The captain of the guard won't act without concrete evidence, meaning he won't let his subordinates act without it either.
We will see what we do.
Indeed.
Thank you all for
March.
joining this session today.
Thank you for hosting. It was a very exciting session.
Yee. Lots
I'm
of
very interested
deliberation.
with. I'm very keen to hear that the steward knows what we're doing and is just quietly okay with it for now.
What
He's
were
a
you gonna
different
say,
character than
Jacob?
we thought he was.
What were you gonna say, Jacob?
I was just saying, many decisions to be made.
Yee.
Many. More accurately, one decision to be made.
Like the decision of, do we really care if the child soldier who's been indoctrinated into war dies? I don't know. Do you?
I kind of care. I think my only question is whether I care to follow him all the way home to Kelpa, that Damien wants to, but that's also not something that I think Aaliyah necessarily objects to, just that it would be hard to, and we could be caught doing that more easily. She's of the mind that we let the kid out and then let him find his own way home. If he gets eaten, he gets eaten. He's not the first kid to get eaten.
I almost still have half a mind to take Avatea to kill Pass.
Yeah.
Just because Avatea is beginning to wonder where the occultism is.
I feel like we are not really getting any closer to the truth.
We've heard more. We've heard something very much about all these runes and everything going on, and then we've heard what I suspect is another like weird mimetic thing that this kid has no idea what's going on with monsters, only that he fervently believes monsters are doing something. So we're getting closer. We're getting cool, and it does seem like all roads are pointing to Kelpa right now, but we got to get the kid out and then finish what we're doing here, and then maybe we go to Kelpa.
Yee.
So I have one more very important thing. Yep, you can head out.
What were we
as
gonna
you-
say?
I have one more important thing to do.
I love
Dun-dun.
important things. My favorite kind of things are important.
The fuck is that?
What the hell was that? What's with the DM amusement roll?
No.
The world
DM
will never
amusement
know.
roll, you say?
5 days.
Oh shit, what's going on?
Anyway, that's all. But
She
again,
rolled
thank
a,
you, all my players, for joining me today.
thank you for
Would you be so kind
hosting.
as to tell me what parts you liked, disliked, if you had any issues, want to see more of something, less of something? How you felt?
I enjoyed myself. I thought that it was a fun little interaction with us making our plans and whatnot. I approve of the captain of the guard deciding to search us since he is probably rightfully fairly suspicious of us. I am suspicious of the captain of the guard. The steward is seeming like he is a pretty neat fella. I'm liking him. And you know, Icarus has a backup plan if we need to.
I really enjoyed it. I liked everything. I think if I had feedback, it would be that 5 stealth rolls is a lot of stealth rolls to traverse a town.
You only had to make
So
3.
it goes. Well, there were 2 last session. Well, there was a lot more than 2 last session.
Well, yeah.
I've made
but,
like
you know.
a dozen stealth rolls.
But you
Now,
enjoyed
I
everything
will-
otherwise.
I will also say, you were essentially getting a political scapegoat out of prison while everything was still hot.
Correct. That's true. Yes.
You little,
That's difficult.
you little assassin, you. Rawr.
Also, Bendy, you can go to bed now. It's okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Immediately, I'm going to
Bye.
bed. Bunk. He.
We should
went up and-
roll like an infantry. I feel very strongly that he should know for sure whether he can lift a child.
I was gonna say I need to talk with Ares about that because we talked about it vaguely.
I mean,
That is the
Um,
simplest and most careful way for us to get him out there.
let me
you
ask
just
this.
Ko,
Ares,
I'm gonna
given that, yeah, go ahead.
Ko, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna require a physique roll.
That's kind of what I was thinking, and that's
Is
that's
it-
why I lean towards saying the maybe.
Is it a hard
Well,
physique
right,
check?
but I'm saying that, like in lore, like as a character, he should know confidently whether he can or not, and that would be my question: is it possible? Is there a physique roll that he could roll that would successfully lift a child over the wall?
There is.
Okay, then I would only say that he should say much more confidently, like "Yes, I can," instead of "Maybe."
That was me having acknowledged that me and Ares had a very vague conversation on it with no hard details, and that we needed this right now.
Okay.
All right, neat.
Any other opinions on today's game?
It was good. It was fun. I'm still so excited. I am very surprised that Damien decided to mention what he saw about me.
Yet,
I think he might have forgotten. I'll be honest, but
I even showed him the painting this morning. I told him I was excited, but maybe just didn't come
I
up.
don't
Might have just.
I don't think there was a single good time this session to bring it up.
There's a variety of good times to point it out.
he did use it as part of his decision making, though, because when he was talking with you and like discussing your powers and whatnot, and like also while you were in there with the kid, he was hesitant to put the kid in your care because, you know, you're some sort of regular human, right?
Well, of
Regular,
course.
unaltered human, normal
Very normal.
human.
Normal.
Oh, you guys can't see me. I'm nodding. I'm nodding enthusiastically with a big smile on
Mm.
my face.
Yeah.
Give the
yeah.
shonk a
something
little
only
bit
a
of
human would say.
3D.
What's that?
Say something only a human would say.
Of course. I am only a human, just like you. Hello, fellow humans.
Mhm.
Booker.
Also, I'm sorry for trying to rush things there at the end. I really did want you to at least make the decision tonight.
I was trying to rush things too. I didn't think there would be that much debate about it. But I mean, that's like a good thing. I'm not like mad or impatient about it. I just was mindful of our time limit.
It is a
Yeah.
good thing to have multiple ideas and plans. It is not a good thing when everyone has their own plan
Yup.
and a extreme dislike of every other plan. That's gonna cause
I might push Aaliyah's plan and explain it over the table so it's not a surprise. But that if we're waffling on it, I might suggest that Aaliyah takes the initiative to do it anyway. To just get the kid out because she's confident she has the means and method to do it. For reasons that I suppose you'll find out next week if we don't have a better idea. Or 2 weeks from now, whenever the next game is. 2 weeks from now, right?
2 weeks ideally.
A week, ideally. Dang it. Smash table.
That's true.
2
It's
weeks.
1 week ideally, but
We're scheduled for every other week.
Smack's table.
They want
Snack
every
table.
week, Co.
I'm here.
And I cannot do weekly. Do you know? There's so much brain that has to happen, and I really don't want to have to make a new map every other session. I really don't.
I'll just say I really wanted to show off that painting. I have to wait another 2 weeks.
Yep. You'll survive. I have to wait to show off the one thing for a lot longer than 2 weeks, Sharky.
Just put the kid to sleep. I will get the kid out of the city. It's fine.
I mean, me as a player am excited about that. I feel like Aaliyah would be like, why aren't you telling us what you're going to do with the sleeping kid? What happened? Are you going to throw him too? Are you going to give the giant bird a sleeping child and pray for the best?
I'm sure it'll work out. I mean, he'll squiggle less when he's asleep.
Look, all I'm saying is if we trebuchet the kid out, the bird is the most equipped to catch them before they hit the ground.
Listen, you're not doing your fucking Rube Goldberg-esque trebuchet the child out of the tent. So, first of all, where are we going to get a trebuchet?
I thought
Second of
Icarus
all-
was the trebuchet.
When were you planning on telling the party that you're apparently a fucking rock?
The party is known.
At no point did you say, I'm so big I can move actual people. You went down a chimney.
I made Ko work to get down that chimney because it was not a big chimney, and Ko is a big bird.
I feel that Ko's bird size varies based on how much comedic value there is.
Well, you
I
know.
suppose so.
It's for the story. It's a Fate Core campaign.
I
It's not
think
about
I
hard
thought-
numbers.
I think I had
the
in mind
narrative.
that you were small because in that vibe session, you described that you were going to like scout. You were going to be in the air and people weren't going to see you. And now I'm thinking, it's like, well, fucking everybody saw this giant ass
fuck you
bird
talking about?
flying around out there. You're the
Honey, get
least sneaky part of us. Like, what
Honey,
the
get,
hell?
get the fucking kids inside the house. They're going to carry your mom.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know that
literally.
shit's happened.
The worst
Mm.
part, because they are a Pakjuanji, they are brilliant gold, and for all intensive purposes, they look like a phoenix.
Motherfucker, if you ever ask to scout surreptitiously from the sky again,
I want to point out
I'm
that
surprised I
scouting
didn't
was at
hear
night.
I'm surprised I didn't hear a farmer shooting a gun up at you.
what the fuck is that?
Also, Sharky,
Mm.
how did you like the little DM that you got this session?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's exciting.
I want to know what the DM was.
You can't, but you did
Oh,
hear
not-
that my entire hamlet burned down.
Yeah.
We're not magical. We don't get those DMs.
Aw.
It wasn't a magical DM.
I don't know.
You
No,
I
just
feel
got
like
to hearing.
I just haven't done a thing that's required me to DM either of you. So
I do get dragged away for lore a lot, however. I am a
Which
book
is
nerd.
great. That's very exciting. Lure your own
Listen.
strength next time.
Listen, Icarus's entire shtick is that she has a halberd and like inch thick plate armor.
it's not inch
That's it,
thick.
that's it. I know. it
Man.
was
It's
a
a
joke,
regular
it was shit.
plate.
Blah,
If
blah,
you were
blah.
in that closet with me, you probably would have had questions. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful Damien didn't have questions. It's just a funny thought of mine that I was talking to Ares about it, of being like, you know, it's really lucky for me that the one person I was in that closet with was the person who had like understanding of like magic and stuff going on. Because I feel like Icarus would have been like, what the fuck are you? Like, what-
Yeah, that
She would've-
definitely couldn't have led to a misunderstanding that is even worse than not knowing anything. Definitely.
Sitting in the pitch dark inside that closet. So, you want to talk about that? Have like a conversation real quick. I saw some stuff that kind of concerns me. You want to like?
We're having a chat.
Damien is such a sweetheart because he asked if I'm okay, and I said yes, and then he said, "Alrighty then."
Okay.
Okay.
He's very
So-
trusting, but I'm pretty sure he 100% expects you to eat that child. Just saying.
I didn't get that feeling. I thought he was avoiding it because of don't split the party reasons. But if you felt like the vibe was he was like, I'm not leaving this child with this normal person,
Yeah,
then
this normal person, this very normal person.
it's just blood magic things, okay? Anybody could do it. Here, watch. Let me borrow your blood. I'll show you you can do it.
No, it's my blood. Holds the gauntlets away from.
You already borrowed the burb's blood. Unconsensually at A.
No,
Did
it was
I? When did I
added
do
to.
You gave me the eyes to shoot things.
All right, I wanna continue this conversation, but
yeah.
I gotta stand up and stretch my legs before. I gotta stretch my legs. I gotta cramp.
Stretch them leggies. Stretch them leggies.
BRB.
I was
And
gonna
to
walk
be
in.
clear, I didn't steal your blood. I improved your blood.
You have inferior burb blood, I see.
I wouldn't say it was inferior. I'm just saying that there was room for some amount of a magical influence to improve it. B, you should be grateful. You should be thanking me.
I
And
mean,
you're a
it
word of that.
did.
I made. Who else did I buff? Was it you and Icaros? I think it was you and Icaros.
I think so.
But all I got was, why my ass bloodshot suddenly? Instead of like, thank you for making me superhuman powerful.
Why did I hear no thank you as I'm sitting 50 feet away, hidden in a bush, casting magic?
You weren't hidden in a. Oh, me.
You
Yeah, I was.
were.
Hidden. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did
Sharky.
that shit.
Sharky, you and Miri are both continuing to stream, right?
That is my understanding. Yep, I think we're gonna play some The Forever Winter.
On my
How-
side, I'm going to stream out. The others, some of our players will continue streaming, thusly raiding into them. But thank you all for joining. I'm going to hang out in the call for a little bit still, though.
Hooray! Thank you. I'm gonna switch to my hangout scene. Here we go.
You know what?
I-
I really want to raid Wife, but I haven't raided Shark.
True.
So goodbye on my side. We'll still be in chat. Blah 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 blah. And
Goodbye,
thank you all for
Ares'
joining,
side.
viewers. Hope you enjoyed the drama, the tension, the child being saved from execution, and learning that he is in fact a willful domestic terrorist.
That's so fucking wild that he's like, yeah, they need to